Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Breckenridge High School, home of the Cowgirls tonight. The Cowgirls volleyball team takes on the visitors from Henning, and they take on the Hornets tonight. And welcome, everybody, to Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner. Joined by my partner tonight is Brian Watson. Brian, thanks for coming in and getting on the air with us tonight.
A little rainy outside there, Joe.
A little rainy outside for sure. A little soggy, but it's nice and warm and dry in here today. And we're looking for a good volleyball match between these two teams, Brian. Both of them last year, the Cowgirls finished up 12-1, I believe. And then taking a look at the 2020 record for Henning, they came in at 11-0 in the season and a perfect 10-0 in Park Region Conference. She never lost a set, said Coach Christy Fink, and she's now in her 12th season. So we got a couple of good volleyball teams here tonight.
Yeah, should be a good volleyball game tonight. I'll check my sound here in a sec.
Yeah, turn you up a little bit. We got a lot of background noise right now.
Should be a good volleyball match. Two good teams. Breckenridge had a solid season last year. We'll see if they can compete. They did a good job against Ortonville on Tuesday night. Yep. So we'll see if they can come back, play against a powerhouse team, and see if they can get things rolling here in the second game of the season.
Yeah, we got a lot of background noise here. And welcome, everybody. I better say this, too, before I forget. Welcome to the State Farm Insurance Amanda Frederick pregame show. Amanda Frederick, State Farm Insurance with licensures in North Dakota and Minnesota. For all of your licensure needs, make sure you stop by and see Amanda Frederick right here in Breckenridge for State Farm Insurance. Coming back, again, let's just look quick at the Henning Hornets here, Brian. Again, they're coming in. They've played one game already here tonight, or this year too. They defeated the Underwood Rockets 3-0, winning 25-7, 25-15, and 25-20. And, of course, the Cowgirls on Tuesday night took on the Ortonville Trojans, and they won three straight sets, 25-12, 25-10, and 25-9. Brian, just taking a look here at the Henning Hornets, they are returning the Park Region Conference Defensive MVP of the Year, Allie Hart, and she'll get to start tonight, and she's just a junior tonight at 5'8". They've also got the most valuable setter in Ms. Agatas, and that is Livia. She's only a sophomore, and she was the most valuable setter last year in the conference. So some good returning experience here for the Henning Hornets tonight.
Well, it certainly won't be an easy task for the Cowgirls tonight. They're going to have their hands full. We'll see if some of their size at the net, we'll see if they can counter some of that good defense that the Hornets have. Going to be an exciting match, and we'll see if the Cowgirls are up to the task.
All right, we're going to take a look quick at the stats from Tuesday night here. And, of course, the Cowgirls just have one game in so far, but leading the way in kills was 15 kills for Cameron Kaler, Brian, and she had 10 digs. So Cameron Kaler having a great night on the court Tuesday night for the Cowgirls. Another just an awesome statistic here that Coach Margaret Wilson talked about last night on our coaches show. She talked about the 21 total aces for the Cowgirls on Tuesday night, and leading the way with those number of aces, Sophie Larson had 7 and Abby Johnson had 5. So it was just a great effort here by the girls, and Sophie Larson had 7 of those kills. So we'll be watching that awfully close here tonight and seeing how things go here for the Cowgirls. Again, with great efforts last Tuesday night. We're looking for a lot of stuff. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break here, and as we go to break, we want to honor a man and a voice of Wahpeton Breckenridge sports, known to all and a friend to everyone. Scott Nauf passed away on Wednesday, and we'd like to pay tribute to him right now.
Bundling auto and home insurance is a great way to save money and precious time. Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent in Breckenridge, will make it easy and convenient with your local, fully licensed staff ready to help make sure you're protecting the things that mean the most to you. Their team is ready and knowledgeable in farm insurance, life insurance, business, home, and auto insurance. So stop by or call Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent on Minnesota Avenue in Breckenridge, or call 643-8511.
Better living begins at home, and Three Rivers Decorating in Wahpeton is your personal designing service. New flooring in your home can totally change its look and feel. Three Rivers Decorating has dozens of vinyl plank designs to choose from, along with carpet, tile, and linoleum. Whether it's updating your home's interior or retail space, Three Rivers Decorating has all of the latest styles and trends. They also offer free estimates. Give them a call today, 701-642-8454.
Right after school, I'm right into the workforce. I don't have to go looking for a job, and that's kind of what made me take a step forward into being a diesel tech at NDSCS. No looking back. My name is Eli, and I'm here for my future.
The Wahpeton Daily News wishes all area sports teams the best of luck this year. The Wahpeton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the Daily News and the News Monitor. Keep up with local news, sports stories, and personal interest stories in our papers. Check out www.wahpetondailynews.com for more information about our e-newsletter right at your own computer. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes all of the teams the best of luck this season. All right, welcome back to Breckenridge High School, home of the Cowgirls tonight. The volleyball team taking on the Henning Hornets, both coming in undefeated. They've both only played one game so far. And again, the Cowgirls defeated the Ortonville Trojans on Tuesday night, and the Henning Hornets took on Underwood Rockets, and they defeated them 3-0. Welcome again to everybody to Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson here along with me. And this time, this portion of the pregame show brought to you by Three Rivers Decorating. For all your home and office decorating needs, stop by and see Three Rivers Decorating just off Dakota Avenue in downtown Wahpeton. They've got all that cool stuff over there. Make sure you stop and see everybody over at Three Rivers Decorating in Wahpeton. Again, we're looking for a good game here tonight, Brian, and we got you a new microphone. Let's see how this one works here, and just say hi to the folks.
We'll see if that sounds any better.
Again, there's a background noise here that they've got the music up very loud, so we just thought we'd try something different here over the commercial break, and we'll just have to go with what we got and see what happens when the game starts.
Everybody wants to hear you anyway, Joe.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're again in the Three Rivers Decorating portion of the pregame show. We're going to have the thriving starting lineups coming up very soon, and again, we're looking for a great conference game here between Henning and the Breckenridge Cowgirls. We're about a minute away from the starting lineups and the national anthem, and we're going to see what we can do to get everything done just right. The JV game was played earlier this evening. The JV game, a couple of good games. The first set was won by Henning. They had to go into extra volleyball to get that one finished up, and they win and defeat the Cowgirls JV squad 26-24. A great game there, or a great set. The girls came from behind in that first set, took the lead actually, and Henning came back and scored the final few points and won 26-24. In set number two, the Henning Hornets, it was a very close back and forth match there too between the two, and in that second set, and the Henning Hornets ended up coming out on top 25-19. So Henning defeats the Breckenridge Cowgirls JV squad 2-0 in the games just played a little while ago. So we're just about a few seconds away here from the national anthem and the starting lineups. We will cover the national anthem right here. And again, we're just about ready to go here, Brian, and the referees are in their positions and ready to go. And PA announcer Art Gracco will give the command for everybody to stand up for the national anthem here very shortly as the girls get back to their respective sidelines. We want to thank all of our sponsors. Again, State Farm Insurance, Amanda Frederick, Three Rivers Decorating for our pregame sponsors. We've got Superior Builders Online, Thrivent Financial, Scott's Electric, OSPTI, NDSCS, Red River Grain, First Community Credit Union, Giant Seeds and Snacks, Wahpeton Daily News, Bruder's Butcher, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, Red River Human Services, Hinsberg's, and of course Gripper Sports. Can never forget Gripper Sports. Also, we want to thank the Red River Valley Western Railroad, Richland IFC, Blazer Express stepping up for a few games, Three Rivers Crisis Center, Wapaton All Sports Booster Club, and many more. We're going to get the national anthem here as we honor America and our freedom. All right, we're having a little technical difficulty here finding the anthem, so there's a little bit of a pause here, Brian. I guess things happen to the best of us.
I'm sure Art Grocko will get that figured out for us. He's down there in control of the table.
Yeah. All right, I think they found it now. All right, so here we go with our national anthem as we honor America and our military members, past and present. Please rise for your national anthem.
Remove your hat, place your right hand over your heart for the playing of our national anthem.
There we are. We have the national anthem brought to you by the United States of America, and we honor our military members at home and abroad that protect our great country and provide all the freedoms that we do have here in the United States of America. So thank you to all our military members, past and present, at home and abroad. All right, let's take a look now, Brian, at the Thrivent starting lineups. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. First, the visitors on the scoreboard. Number 1 will be Aaliyah Olson. She's a 5'4" junior. Also be Allie Hart, one of the young ladies that we talked about for Henning in the pregame show. She's 5'8" junior. Also starting is going to be Gretchen Eckhoff. She's a 5'5" junior. Becca Frederick, she's a 5'5" junior as well. And number 11 will be Lilia Frocky. That's how I was told to pronounce her name. The libero is Faith Fisher. She's number 24. Grace Hammer is wearing number 6. She's a 6-foot senior. I forgot to say Faith Fisher's height. She's 5'4" junior. And then Emma Severson wearing number 7, a 5'10" senior. And number 10 is going to be Livia Mizigatis. She is a 5'10" sophomore. The coaches, Jessica Eilef, Kayla Holscher, Naomi Horn, and Christy Fink. Those are your starters for the Henning Hornets. Taking a look at the starters for your Breckenridge Cowgirls. Number 1 is going to be Abby Johnson. She's a 5'7" junior, outside hitter. Number 3, Lauren Byer. She's a 5'9" senior, middle hitter. And number 9, Cameron Kaler, outside hitter, 5'10", a senior, wearing number 9. Anna Erickson, wearing number 12, a middle hitter, 5'8", and a senior. Sophie Larson gets the start tonight, 5'4", setter, and she is a senior wearing number 13. Tori Undum, a middle hitter, 5'9", and a senior wearing number 14. And the starting libero tonight for the Cowgirls, as usual, number 16, Riley Finkrell. She's 5'4", and a senior. The coaches for Wapaton, Brianna Dower, Missy Johnson, Alicia Finkrell, and Margaret Wilson.
The coaches for who?
What did I say?
You're on the east side of the river.
Did I say the Huskies?
You said Wapaton, but it's okay.
Did I?
It's okay. It's
Holy.
all right.
I'm trying to watch what's going on out in the thing there and trying to do two things. That's what happens when men multitask, Brian. So I'm sorry. It's the Cowgirls coaches, Brianna Dower, Alicia Frankrol, Missy Johnson, and a head coach, Margaret Wilson. Margaret will watch this, and she'll give me grief about it for a long time to come.
She might have something to say about that.
There's your Thrivent starting lineups. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. And we are just about ready to go, Brian. I'm excited here. We got two very, very good teams from the 2020 season. Both of them coming in here at 1-0, and a lot of returning all-conference players for Henning coming into this one, too, as well. And, just a great effort from the girls on Tuesday night. You had 15 kills there from Cameron Kaler, and just an awesome night with 21 aces in 3 sets.
I mean, that's what I said, Joe. I think it's going to be a good matchup. You got a good defensive team in Henning. They're good at the net, and they got a good offensive team in the Cowgirls. So a good battle of wits here, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Double digits for Diggs was Abby Johnson with 11, and Cameron Kaler had 10. So, again, just a all-around great effort Tuesday night for the Cowgirls. So we're looking forward to this one.
Could be two teams that you will see at the end of the season.
I think you're probably pretty close to that prediction there, Coach.
I've been wrong a few times, but,
For those of you, I think there's some folks watching from Henning tonight. We appreciate you guys joining us as well. And hopefully we're looking forward to it. I have Brian Watson sitting up here with me. Brian Watson is head coach of the Lady Huskies in Wahpeton. And Brian is also co-owner with me here at Red River at Three Borders Sports Network. We are powered by Red River Communications is what I was trying to say. See, there I go trying to double task.
You're working on it. You're getting good at it.
Red River Communications, great partner of ours, along with Giant Snacks, of course. But Red River Communications, you can watch it right on Channel 3 if you have Red River Communications. We'll be getting that soon here in the Wahpeton Breckenridge area this fall, and more to come in the area here coming up soon. So we're honored to be a partner with Red River Communications here. Brian, we're about ready to go. And now serving back for Henning is the libero, Faith Fisher. Finkel's got to go back over it. Fisher. Abby Johnson with the kill attempt. Nice dig there by Allie Hart. Finkel's got to go all the way over. Set to the other side and a kill, and that one's going to bounce way off and go out of bounds. And that kill there was by Becca Frederick. So going up 1-0 here already in the first set. The Henning Hornets take the lead. And Faith Fisher back to serve. Finkel picks it off. Abby Johnson with kill attempt. Picked up over there on the other side by Mizigatis. Abby Johnson into the net. 2-0 for Henning.
So Henning off to a good start here.
Faith Fisher goes back for service number 3. Lefty puts it up in the air. Sophie Larson, Finkrell. Over to Cameron Kaler for the kill and the point. So the Cowgirls get on the board and trail 2-1. Cameron Kaler put that one in the corner.
Yeah, just found the right spot there. Caught Henning a little bit off guard, going the wrong way there, and able to get the Cowgirls on the board for the first time here tonight.
So Abby Johnson back to serve for the Cowgirls. Jump serve. Puts it deep. Fisher. Kill attempt there by Hart. Cameron Kaler coming at the net. Hart digs it out, and it looks like
got a violation there.
Violation on Henning Hornets, and we're tied at 2. Abby Johnson had a string, Brian, last Tuesday night. You were over in Wahpeton doing the Huskies game, and I was here doing the Breckenridge Cowgirls game on Tuesday. Abby Johnson had a nice run in set number 2 with several services in a row.
Abby very good behind the line there. Officials trying to get things straight at the table here.
Trying to get some scoring straight as Abby waits patiently. So Abby Johnson waiting patiently in the scorer's table, talking to one of the referees here to make sure that they got everything straight. The scoreboard right now reads 2-2. And now we're going to talk to Coach Wilson here very shortly. So we'll see what's going on. I didn't see what.
They're not going to change this violation. I think the violation was on Frederick, number 12.
Looks.
And they're gonna
wave it off.
They're gonna wave it off and replay it. I think. Go back to 2-1 here on the score.
Replay it,
and they're gonna. 3-1. They turned around. They gave that to.
Oh boy.
To Henning.
They did. They changed the scoreboard 3-1 now.
So. Gonna have to just regroup. They're trying to. Cowgirls have a couple questions on the floor there. I think
Abby's one of the captains, so the referee talking to Abby. And the girls.
I don't know if there was a rotation error here, or
it might have been. I didn't hear what Art Rocco said on the PA system, so we'll just have to go. It's 3-1 with Henning. Nice dig there by Fisher. Hart put it across the net for Henning, and a nice little tap over. Nice spot there. Good read by Tori Undum to put it in for the point. And the Cowgirls come back now 3-2.
Yeah, just a big hole right there in the middle, and Tori doing a good job of just using the tap and finding the open floor.
So now Abby Johnson goes back to serve. Fisher digs that one out. And that one clears the net. That was going to be close. Cameron Kaler for the kill. Inside the line, Kaler with another kill.
It's a nice set there. Cameron able to go right down the line and send that one home. And now the score tied 3-3.
Cameron's already got 2 kills for the night. And Abby with the serve. A little soft serve. Good dig there by Hart. And they're going to say that the Cowgirls were in the net. So that point goes over to the Henning Hornets, and back to serve for the Hornets is going to be Gretchen Eckhoff, 5'5" junior. Goes deep with the serve. Finkel gets it up in the air. Johnson back to Finkel. She's got to go over the net with it. A set to the near side to Hart. Good dig by Finkel. Cameron Kaler. Good dig here on the Henning side. Hart, good block at the net by Undum. And the Cowgirls keep that one alive. Great volley here. Nice spot there, really, for Tori Undum. Good volley, Brian, and Tori Undum found the soft spot.
Yeah, she did. Caught Henning off guard there. But you can see, Joe, you can see the defense that Henning has at the net. A couple of good blocks there. Nice sets on the Cowgirl side, and Henning doing a good job at the net.
Back to serve for the Cowgirls is Anna Erickson. Hart. Back over to Fisher. Sophie sets up Kaler, just taps it over the net. Kaler bumps it up. Undum looking for that same soft spot. And that one, Sophie tried to dig that one out, and it ricocheted off of Anna Erickson, and a point for Henning.
Gave Breckenridge a little bit of their own medicine there with the tap and catching them off guard.
Emma Severson checks in for Henning. Back to serve for Henning. Grace Hammer. It's tipped out of bounds there in the back line, so it'll be a point for Henning, and they're up by 2. And back to serve Grace Hammer, a 6-foot senior. Sophie sets up Abby deep in the back line, and it goes out of bounds.
Just a little long there.
7-4 in the first set.
Unforced error by the Cowgirls.
And Hammer back to serve. Finkel, Johnson. Over to Undum. 2 hits.
Yeah, got a double hit there.
So it goes 8-4, and Hammer's on a roll. Very deep, and it's out. Point to Breckenridge Cowgirls.
Cowgirls needed that one. Henning was kind of on a little bit of a roll there.
And Carsey Materi's checking in. 5'7" senior for Breckenridge checks in. Also checking in for Breckenridge is Addie Twidwell, 5'11" junior. Some height coming in now to the front line with Kaler, Byer, and Kaler, Byer, and Twidwell. Back to serve, Carsey Materi.
A lot of size in that front line now for the Cowgirls.
And a lot of blocks the other night. That one goes out of bounds. Point to the Cowgirls.
That one just sailed wide.
Brian, who we got this set sponsored by? Is this set is sponsored by?
This set is sponsored by Superior Builders.
Superior Builders. Thank you, Superior Builders, for sponsoring this set. Nice little tap, and Materi tried to get it up and in. And that tap across the net there by Emma Severson for the point for Henning, and they get the ball back to serve, leading 9-6. So Superior Builders sponsoring set number 1. That one's out, and the ball right back to the Cowgirls. Superior Builders building a great foundation for the game. Superior Builders right here in Breckenridge. As Cameron Kaler goes back now to serve for the Cowgirls, trailing by 2. Hart, good spike, good kill. Right into the corner. Nobody there for the Cowgirls, and the ball goes back to Henning.
I'll get my score right here. We're at 10-7.
Set over to Abby Johnson. She bumps it over the net. Henning passes the ball well, Brian.
They're a very good fundamental team.
Johnson, Materi to Twidwell, and that's a little deep. I don't want to say nerves, Brian, but maybe a little bit of adrenaline here for the Cowgirls. They've been hitting the ball wide and long.
You know, I think, you know, Henning does such a good job on defense. I think Breck is using to have some quick points, and Henning doesn't really allow that.
Abby Johnson at the net. There she got one. She spiked that one at the net and didn't quite get the right bounce there for Becca Frederick at the net for Henning. And the point goes back to the Cowgirls, trailing by 3.
Yeah, she sent that one home hard and able to get the point off the block.
Pinkrell goes to the far corner. Kill at the net, and it's in and good for Emma Severson, the 5'10" senior.
Just well executed there. Severson able to wind up and send that one to the open floor.
Grace Hammer checks back in. 12-8. Cowgirls. Twidwell. Good cover there by Hart to the far side. Spike goes way. I keep saying spike. I shouldn't say spike. Frederick's kill attempt goes way wide. They don't say spike in volleyball anymore, do they?
Well, I mean,
We're
old school,
okay,
Joe.
All right. Tori Undum checks back in for the Cowgirls, and back to serve for the Cowgirls is Sophie Larson, 5'4" senior. She had 7 aces Tuesday night in one game. In one set, I should say. Got to go over the net. Abby Johnson does. Gretchen Eckhoff with the dig. And a nice tap back, and a point to the Cowgirls. Undum at the net, Brian, and tipped it right over.
Yeah, Undum doing a good job there. And Erickson also there. I think Erickson got a hand on that one.
So Sophie back. And the serve goes deep. Fisher picks it up. Now we got a whistle at the net. And somebody was in the net for the Cowgirls. It'll go over to Henning. Back to serve for Henning is going to be Becca Frederick. 13-10. Hornets lead the Cowgirls. Johnson, Sophie, over to Kaler. Back we come to the other side. Pinkrell picks it up. Now she's got to go over the net in the third hit. At the net with the kill is Grace Hammer. Henning stretches their lead now to 4. Cowgirls talking defensively what they need to do here. Again, Frederick with the serve, and that one couldn't be handled. And a point goes back over to Henning as the lead is now 5.
Cowgirls going to have to find a way to stop this service here, and I think a timeout is kind of warranted there.
Yeah, Margaret wants to take a timeout to talk about it, so we'll take a break as well here on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. The Henning Hornets 15, the Breckenridge Cowgirls 10. Back after this message.
Superior Builders in Breckenridge specializes in post-frame buildings with 25 years worth of knowledge and experience in the post-frame industry. Licensed and insured, Superior Builders offers pre-engineered commercial buildings, farm shops, hobby buildings, and storage buildings. Superior Builders also offers a 40-year paint warranty and lifetime column warranty. Superior Builders in Breckenridge, building your dream to last. 701-238-7740. That's 701-238-7740.
All right, welcome back to Breckenridge High School, home of the Cowgirls volleyball team tonight. They're taking on the Hornets from Henning. And right now, Coach Margaret Wilson wanted to take a timeout here as they trail by 5 in set number 1. And back to serve is Becca Frederick. Abby Johnson, right-handed kill. Good dig by Fisher in the back. And over the net goes Sophie. Sets up Erickson at the line. And a good spot and a good find there. And that's a good point for Livia Mizigatis.
The Hornets move the ball really well,
They
Joe.
do pass the ball really well. Yep.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, we got a little guy running out in the court. He's running away with Mom's iPad the way it looks. I don't know if I've ever seen that at a high school game. Sophie over to Undham and into the net with that kill attempt.
And just another miscue there by the Cowgirls.
Yep, another unforced error.
Yep, really uncharacteristic of the Breckenridge team.
Frederick to serve. Sophie sets up Abby, and it goes wide. And another point for Henning. They lead now by 8. Biggest lead of the set here for the Hornets.
Had a nice set there, just a little bit wide. Execution off just a little bit for the Cowgirls.
Frederick just taps that one. Good dig there by Kaler. Undham goes over. This side to Eckhoff. Over the other side to Abby Johnson. Got a whistle.
A double hit again.
Double hit. One more time. So it'll be a point for Henning. And the lead is now 9. And Coach Margaret Wilson, Brian, is going to take her second time out here on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. The Henning Hornets 19, the Breckenridge Cowgirls 10. Back right after this. Richland IFC works closely with their producers to utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity. Richland IFC is dedicated to working with their growers through relationships based on longevity and mutual benefits for all parties involved. Richland IFC and its producers utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity for food manufacturers. Richland IFC proudly supports all local sports teams. All right, Coach Margaret Wilson didn't like what she saw, Brian. She's almost getting doubled up here by the Henning Hornets, 19-10 here in set number 1. She wanted to slow the girls down and make them think about what they're doing. That one just went off the net and threw off Abby Johnson on the bump. And another point now for the Henning Hornets.
Yeah, the Cowgirls just look out of sync right now, Joe. You're going to have to work your way through this first set and then see if you can get things going in the second.
Again, Frederick on a roll here, serving for the Hornets. There's a nice kill over on the other side by Anna Erickson.
You see if that can get the Cowgirls going, see if they can regroup, get themselves back in this set.
And again, Abby Johnson back to serve. She had a good run in Tuesday night's game. See what she can do here now as the pressure is on. Kill attempt, Abby digs it out. Kill attempt there by Eckhoff. Set. Frederick gets it over the net for Henning. Again, they cover the floor well, does Henning. Undham. Fisher. And a little tap over the net. And a nice save as a diving dig there by Abby Johnson. Riley's got to go over to the net Oh, and a block attempt there at the net as Grace Hammer tried to hammer that one home. And Erickson and Untitled at the net couldn't quite get it back on the other side, Brian.
In the right position for the play, just a little bit too far from the net. And that one falls on the Breckenridge side.
Gretchen Eckhoff in to serve. And set over to Kaler. Hart goes over the net. Good save there by Sophie. Again, looking for that same spot. Kaler, kill. Good dig there by Henning. Hart with the kill attempt. Into the corner. Boy, that one was just in by Hart, and it falls in for a point. And they lead 22-11. They've doubled up the Cowgirls.
Yeah, Abby was right there. Wasn't sure if it was going to go in or out. I think at this point you just got to go after it. And that one fell just in.
Sophie sets up Kaler. Pick in the back by Eckhoff. Finkrel. Sophie Larson to Undum. Finds the open spot. Taps it in for a point for the Cowgirls. It's 22-12.
Yeah, Undum really didn't have her feet on her there. I think she was going to anticipate going up and hammering that one home and just didn't have her feet on her. Had to settle for a tap and put it right in the perfect spot.
Okay, back to serve now is Anna Erickson. 5'8" senior for the Cowgirls. Just hits tape, but it goes across. Hart with the kill attempt way out of bounds. That was an easy call for the corner referee there. That was way over her head. So when it goes over your head as a referee, you know it's out of bounds.
Yeah, if you got to move out of the way.
Yeah.
Even I can make that call, Joe.
Anna Erickson back to serve, trailing 22-13. That one just sails a little long. Again, these unforced errors here by the Cowgirls giving the Henning Hornets a 10-point lead.
Yeah, when you get the ball, you really want to keep it on your side of the line.
Hammer back to serve. Sophie Larson sets up Byer. Hammer digs it out at the net, and for the point was Emma Severson.
Well, that's going to be a violation on Henning there.
Okay, I didn't see that. I was looking down, making the point here, but that was going back to the Cowgirls. Was it a net violation, Brian? Is that
yeah, she was well into the net there. She couldn't stop her momentum.
Okay. So Carsey Materi in to serve now, trailing by 9, 23-14. Materi with the serve. Goes deep. Oh, and a second hit. Good hit there. And that was done by Mizigatis.
Mizigatis doing a good job there, catching Breckenridge off balance there.
Mizigatis back to serve. Kaler picks it up. Back to Kaler. And that one rolls off the hands on the far side by Frederick, and Kaler gets the point, and the Cowgirls trail by 9. Need to make a run here, Coach.
Yeah, you got to give it all you have here.
Set point for Henning. Materi over to Abby. Abby pounds it, and it's getting right back by the Henning Hornets. As he got us, and a tap, not quite far enough over the net by Frederick, and it'll be a point for the Cowgirls.
Cowgirls extend the game 1 point at a time.
Kaler back. Hart tries to look for the opposite side, just went a little wide with that one.
Yeah, good back set. Hart just missed had to go right down the net line there.
She saw the spot was open.
It was there.
Kaler to serve. Hart. As it got us. Over to the near side. Frederick. Finkrel to Johnson. There it is. There's a spot. Addie Twidwell with the point, puts it into the back line, and the Cowgirls make it a little bit of a run here, Brian, 24-18.
Trying to make it interesting here in the first set.
They still got a ways to go.
Not going to go away easy. Got to keep it going.
So again, Kaler to serve, trailing by 6. Hart, and we got a net violation on the Cowgirls, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Abby Johnson was called for the violation there.
And that will be the end of set number 1. And that's set number 1. Henning, 25. The Cowgirls, 18. We're going to come right back with set number 2 right after this break, right here on Three Borders Sports Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Blazer Express in Breckenridge is the only stop you'll need to make for game night. If you're on your way to the game or staying in and watching the live stream, the Blazer has what you'll need. From hot stuffed pizza and snacks to Caribou coffee, the Blazer is the only stop you'll need to make. That's the Blazer Express, Highway 75 North in Breckenridge. Proud to support local athletics.
Did you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Brad about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643-3738.
I'm the first kid in my family to have graduated from college. And then that NDSCS, they told me, hey, look, you can get credits for this, you can go further. So I start to see like my horizon broaden up. I'm going to be pretty unstoppable. My name is Julie, and I'm here for my future.
OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI, we strive to meet your goals. Locally owned on 5th Street North in Breckenridge. OSPTI.
Well, we're going to set number 2 here, everybody. Welcome to Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner, joined by Brian Watson. Brian, first set goes to the Henning Hornets, 25-18. And set number 2 will be brought to you by OSPTI. Set number 2 brought to you by OSPTI with locations in Hankinson, Fergus Falls, and, of course, here in Breckenridge. For all your sports-related injuries, contact the professionals at OSPTI. Set number 2 sponsor. Brian, the girls seemed loose over in the huddle here. During the break, I could see some smiles going on down there. They're slapping each other and seemed to have a little bit of looseness there. Maybe just a little bit of tightness was going on in the first set.
Yeah, this is an experienced team. They played a lot of varsity volleyball. It's not the first set that they've ever lost or anything like that. Right. They're just going to have to regroup. This is a good Henning team. Yep. I mean, we already knew that coming in. They're a good defensive team. So like I said earlier, Breckenridge usually – they get some quick points, and then when you don't get that, you kind of wonder what's going on, and you just got to fight through it. There's just nothing going to come easy. Henning's just not going to let you do it. Their front line does a good job. Fisher does a good job of digging it out of there. Yep. Just a good, solid volleyball team, and a really good test for Breckenridge.
It is a good test, and Coach Wilson talked about it at the coaches show on Wednesday night. She knew this was going to be a tough match for the Cowgirls, and looking forward to it, actually, because you want to see the best and see what the best has got.
Well, you want to be tested, and you want to play the best, and you want to see where you stack up against those good teams. And Cowgirls going to find out tonight where they are.
All right, here we go with OSPTI, set number 2. Sophie Larson serves. Fisher's got to go over the net. She does. Sophie sets. And a kill attempt there by Erickson goes out of bounds, and the Cowgirls fall behind right away, 1-0.
So Cowgirls fall behind early here.
They're going to give it to the Cowgirls. Is that what they're saying? I didn't see the tip sign.
I didn't see the call. They're making it tough on the scorekeeper here.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? All right, it's a 1-0 lead as Sophie Larson goes back to serve again. I didn't see the call. And that one goes out of bounds. So that one's a little bit wide there on that kill attempt by Emma Severson.
So the Cowgirls off to a fast start now.
So now they need it. Sophie for serve number 3. At the net, and Undum and Erickson at the line there, but the kill attempt there by Frederick falls in for a point.
Another one there where the Cowgirls have their defense set. They're in the right spot, and it just falls into the net.
Fisher
on
back
the block.
to serve. Erickson, block attempt there at the net. Nice block there by Hammer. Gets the point for Henning, and we're tied at 2.
There's that defense, Joe.
Yep.
Right there at the net. Hammer doing a great job.
5'10", or excuse me, Hammer's 6 foot. Emma Severson's 5'10". The point goes over to Henning on that one. They lead 3-2.
Cowgirls got to clean it up a little bit.
Fisher serves that one deep and out. So we're tied at 3. Unforced error on Henning. Not too many unforced errors for Henning in the first set.
No, not at all.
So Abby Johnson goes back to serve for the Cowgirls now, and we're tied at 3. And we got a whistle. Double hit there.
Yep.
So Abby gets the point for the Cowgirls. Fisher digs it out. A set over to the far side. Partially blocked at the net by the Cowgirls. And a nice block at the middle of the net there by Hammer. Kaler with the kill. Good dig on the other side. And that one is tipped out of bounds. It'll be a point.
That one was tipped there.
Yep.
So that point goes to Henning. I'm telling you, Joe, Hammer at the net is just solid.
I guess. Back to serve is Becca Frederick. Finkrell had all she could do on that ace there. Finkrell tried to save that one, couldn't quite handle it in the back line. Henning goes up by 1, 5-4. Becca Frederick, 5'5" junior. And only 2 seniors on this squad, Brian.
It's a good young team.
Hammer and Emma Severson. I'm sorry, I chuckled at that one. Abby's kind of smiling at herself there too. It just kind of rolled off her hand. She didn't expect it to do that. She just kind of caught the ball.
It was hitting that in-between zone. She didn't know which way to go with it.
Yep.
Good serve.
Finkrell bumps that one up. Undum with the kill attempt for the point for the Cowgirls, and the service goes back to the Cowgirls, trailing by 1.
No doubt about that one.
Checking in as Lauren Byer. Coming to the bench is Riley Finkrell. And back to serve for the Cowgirls, Anna Erickson. Trailing by 1, 6-5, Erickson. Jump serve. Set up to the other side. And Fisher doing a good job in the back line for Henning. The tap. Kaler bumps. Sets up Byer. Oh, and that one right there finds the spot, and a good spot find there by Miss Agatis.
Nice heads-up play. Everybody at the net ready to block.
Back to serve, I believe, is Gretchen Eckhoff. I think that's number 8. Read her number when she turns. That was
number 8?
Yep. Couldn't tell, was it 8 or a 6? Oh, now what are we saying? Brian, they're tough on the scoreboard. Looks like they're going to give it to the Cowgirls.
Quite sure what happened there, Joe. Again, making it tough on the scorekeeper here.
Carsey Materi checks in for Undum, and Addie Twidwell checks in for Sophie Larson. So they did give it back to the Cowgirls. Again, I didn't see what the call was, Brian.
7-6 here.
It is 7-6 in favor of Henning as Materi serves. To the other side, Hart. Picked up by Finkrell. Materi sets up Kaler. Good dig in the back line. Materi sets up Byer. Good block at the net. And guess who, Brian?
I'm telling you,
Grace
Joe,
Hammer.
If Hammer's there at the net, you better make sure you're coming strong with it, or you're going to go around her. She is getting the job done there in the middle.
Yep, and she's back to serve, leading 8-6. Finkrell can't handle that ace by Hammer. So Hammer
doing it at the net and getting it done behind the line there. Little miscue there by Henning. That one falls short of the net, and the Cowgirls will take the point there.
So it's 9-7. And a block at the net by Byer and Twidwell. Back comes Henning. Finkel picks it up. Materi sets up Abby Johnson. And we got a whistle and a net violation on the Hornets. And it's a 1-point set. So a 9-8 lead. It's a 9-8 lead here, and that one's going to go to the Cowgirls. It's tied up at 9 now. A little excitement and fire here on the Cowgirls bench, and the fans over on the other side. Getting behind the Cowgirls as Kaler is going to serve, tied up 9-9.
We've been informed that our sound is a little bit behind, so we're going to try and get that straightened out.
So yeah, we apologize for that little technical difficulty, and that one goes off the back line off Finkel.
10-9 now for Henning.
So we'll get that hopefully fixed here for you folks. We apologize for that. Mizagatis back to serve. Kaler picks it up. Materi. Abby Johnson takes the kill attempt. Fisher picks it up. Mizagatis the other side to Hart. Hammers it. Block at the net by Byer, but it's going to stay on the Cowgirl side, and the point goes over to the Henning Hornets. Second kill there for Hart. Materi back set to Byer and doesn't quite go over the wrong side of the pylon, so it'll be a point for the Henning Hornets, and they're up by 3. Mizagatis back to serve. Back and forth we go. Materi sets up Twidwell and block the net. Twidwell picks it right back up. And a good dive and a dig there by Mizagatis, and not able to keep it in play. On the far side was Gretchen Eckhoff, and a point goes to the Cowgirls. A good volley there by both teams. And the service now goes back to the Cowgirls with Riley Finkrell back behind the line. Dig by Fisher. Hart's got to go over the net with it. Picked up by Kaler. Sets up Abby Johnson. And another one for Abby Johnson. Fisher doing a great job in the back line for Henning. That one goes way out of bounds on a kill attempt there by Becca Frederick. Abby Johnson had a great kill there. And coming up and making the dig save was Faith Fisher, Brian. Nice save there.
Try and make a change here, Joe, on the fly.
All right, I'll keep it here. You just come back when you want. That one's out there. Henning goes up 13-11. We'll see if we can get the timing set here for you, folks.
The score corrected. Sorry about that.
That's right. You're doing a lot of stuff over there right now. Back to service, Hart. Finkrell picks it up. Materi, a little bit too close to the net for Abby Johnson to handle, and it's a point for Henning, and they go up by 3, 14-11. So back to serve is Hart. Kaler. Materi back to Abby Johnson. Hart bumps it. Mizagatis. Twidwell. Abby Johnson with another one, and that one's going to be off the fingertips of the Cowgirls. And I think Margaret wants to take a timeout. So we got a timeout by the Cowgirls as the Cowgirls trail here in set number 2, 15-11. You want to take a break, Brian? Okay, we'll take a break and we'll come back here right after these messages as the Cowgirls trail 15-11 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard.
Hinsberg's Appliance Center in downtown Wapaton has all of your appliance needs covered. Need a window air conditioner? Hinsberg's is your place. Need a new stove or how about a microwave? Hinsberg's is your place. Is your washer dryer on their last leg? How about a refrigerator freezer? Or maybe even an under-counter dishwasher? Hinsberg's Appliance in downtown Wapaton on Dakota Avenue can help you with all your appliance needs. Located at 315 Dakota Avenue in Wapaton. Call 701-642-6331. Hinsberg's has all your appliance needs covered.
All right, welcome back to Cowboy Gymnasium here, home of the Cowgirls. And right now in set number 2, brought to you by OSPTI. The Cowgirls trail 15-11 to the Henning Hornets. Coach Margaret Wilson using up her third time out here. She's trailing in set number 2, her third time out in 2 sets, I should say. It's just the first time out of this set. Coach Margaret Wilson wanting to talk to her girls, settle them down, get them lined up right, and here we go with Hart serving. Kaler bumps to Materi. Over to Abby Johnson with the kill. Fisher again with a great dig. Mizigatis got to go over. Materi sets up Erickson at the line, and Anna Erickson pounds that one away for the Cowgirls. And that is her first kill. Sophie Larson's going to check in now for Addie Twidwell. And Tori Undham's going to check in for Carson Materi. Cowgirls trail by 3, 15-12. Sophie Larson gets it over to this side, and it goes out of bounds. So an ace for Sophie as she continues her ways on the ace services. That one was knocked out of bounds there by Emma Severson. Sophie had 7 kills in one set Tuesday night. School record is 9. And almost another ace right there. Fisher's got to go over with it, and it goes out of bounds. Point for the Cowgirls, as now it is a 1-point set. 15-14. Brian's working on the technical stuff for us right now. Sophie Larson serves. Hits the tape. Fisher got it off the side of her head as it hit the tape, and so it kind of threw off Fisher's attempt at the dig, and we're tied at 15. And now the Henning Hornets want to take a timeout, and we're going to take a break on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. We're tied at 15. Back after this, right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters.
All right, we're back here at 15-15. Sophie Larson with the serve. And the Cowgirls get another one here at the net. Was Erickson and Johnson defending, and the Cowgirls with their first lead of set number 2, lead now 16-15. Sophie Larson back to serve. Cowgirls with the lead here. Remember last year in 2020, Henning had not lost a set. And that was a block at the net. Erickson coming alive for the Cowgirls with the block at the net. Anna Erickson defends that one very well, and the Cowgirls lead by 2. Sophie serves, and that one goes out of bounds. Not what the Cowgirls wanted to see at that point in time, but it happens. Going back to serve now for the Henning Hornets is Faith Fisher, 5'4" junior. Finkel picks it up. Sophie Larson sets up Erickson. She finds the middle, and it's open. And good cover there by the Hornets. Finkel dives. Kaler's got to go over. Mizagatis sets up. And that one was knocked out of bounds there by Hammer. And the point goes back to the Cowgirls. They're back up by 2. Abby Johnson back to serve. Leading by 2. Hart. Mizagatis over the other side for Hammer. And she brings it home for the Henning Hornets. And it's 18-17. A little bit of a damp spot there on the floor, so they're going to wipe it up there.
All right, Joe. I think we got her corrected there.
Okay, welcome back, Brian. Thank you for doing that. It sounded like our timing was off just a little bit there, so Brian made some adjustments on the video and the sound. That's why you get paid the big bucks, buddy.
I'm doing this for free, Joe.
Becca, so am I. Becca Frederick. Kaler with the kill attempt. Hart picks it up. Mizagatis. And that one gets served right into the net. Little off balance there for Hammer, Brian, and she couldn't quite do it, and the lead goes back to 2 for the Cowgirls.
Yeah, she was a little too far underneath it. The set was a little bit behind her and not able to put it over.
Lauren Byer now comes into the game for the Cowgirls. Set up to Hart. Abby Johnson picks it up. Near side to Kaler, and they can't handle it on the defensive side for Henning. And the Cowgirls lead by 3, 20-17. Brian, Coach Wilson took a timeout at 15-11, and since then it's been a 9-2 run until the announcer jinx just happened.
You did kind of put it on them there, but
yep.
The Cowgirls doing a good job of putting the Hornets back on their heels a little bit. A team that didn't lose a set last year and in jeopardy right now.
Gretchen Eckhoff serves. Sophie Larson sets up Kaler at the net. Then there's a double hit. It's a double hit there, and that's going to be a point to the Cowgirls. They're up by 3, Brian.
We'll see.
Addie Twidwell checks in.
We'll see how the Hornets do here in jeopardy of dropping one.
Materi. Hart. Good block at the net by Byer. Johnson picks it up. Kaler with the kill, and it's tapped at the net. It'll be a point to the Cowgirls, and they lead by 4, 22-18. Another timeout. Brian, we got another timeout here. Henning wants to take a timeout on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. The Cowgirls with a 4-point lead, 22-18. Back after this. Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck. All right, we're back here at Cowboy Gymnasium. The boys over on the other side were trying to do a pyramid over there, so they were getting a lot of excitement from the fans as they tried to build a pyramid. I don't know, Brian, they're wiping up the floor there in that one spot. I don't know if there's moisture leaking in with all the rain we're having. Nobody's going out and checking it. I don't know where it would be coming from or if it's coming up through the floor.
Yeah, we haven't had anybody really go to the ground there.
No. So I don't know what's going on. We'll keep an eye on that, folks. As Carsey Materi back to serve. Go ahead.
22-18 here. Cowgirls trying to give the Hornets their first.
Again, defense at the block at the net by Byer.
First set loss in over a year.
Oh, and that one just goes out of bounds. Nice block at the net by Hammer. And a point for the Henning Hornets. Checking in for the Henning Hornets now is going to be Emma Severson. They trail by 9, 22-19. Hammer back to serve. She's just got power. My goodness.
She's a good player.
Goodwell tries to get it over, bounces on the tape, goes back over the net. Good play by both sides. Abby Johnson goes deep with it. Over to Hart on the far side. Good block at the net, but it just goes out of bounds off of Byers' hands. And the Henning Hornets now trail by 2.
Henning not going to go away easy.
Again, they're going to wipe up the floor here. There's something on the floor, folks. I don't know. Where's Chad when you need him? Chad Affield, where in the heck are you? 22-20. Hammer serves. Finkrell picks it up. Materi to Kaler in the backside, bumps it over. Byer puts it in, and it's in. Hammer watched that one land right in front of her. She's upset with herself, and the Cowgirls 2 points away from winning the set.
Yeah, she knew she made a bad decision there. She needed to hustle back right on the line. In question, you got to try and get a hand on it, and she let that one go, and the point goes to the Cowgirls.
Cowgirls 2 points away from winning the set. Kaler to serve. Hart, nice dig there by Kaler. Johnson hits it over, and somebody was in the net. Somebody was in the net for Henning, Brian, or across the line, and it's a point for the Cowgirls. It is a point, set point here for the Cowgirls, 24-20.
And Henning wanted an explanation there.
Coach Fink talking to the referee here on the side. Henning at jeopardy of losing their first set in over a year. Mizagatis back sets and a double hit. She knew it right away. And the Cowgirls victorious 25-20 here in set number 2. And that will even the set at 1 apiece here as we go to set number 3 coming up next. What a great set that was for the Cowgirls to come from behind and get that one, 25-20. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have set number 3 coming up next right here on Three Borders Sports Network. At Richland IFC, we work closely with our producers to utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity. At Richland IFC, we are dedicated to working with growers through relationships based on longevity and mutual benefits for all parties involved. Richland IFC and its growers utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity for our food manufacturers. Richland IFC proudly supports Husky sports.
OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI, we strive to meet your goals. Locally owned on 5th Street North in Breckenridge. OSPTI.
Thrivent Financial wishes the Wahpeton Husky Falls sports teams and coaches the best of success. Thrivent is proud to have the opportunity to support this community and help those who live and work here make the most of their time, talents, and treasures. Call Will Ulick, your local Thrivent Financial professional. If you're interested in putting plans that align with your values into action, please call Will Ulick at 701-642-1108. Thrivent Financial.
Did you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connecting.
All right, we're back here at Breckenridge High School, Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner, joined by Brian Watson. Brian, we got a little reference to, God, I can't remember the name of that movie.
The Drumline.
The Drumline. Yeah, that's what I just said, didn't I? These guys were all practicing the other day when I was here visiting with Coach Wilson, and they were doing that stuff outside. It was pretty good.
So Joe, the Cowgirls hand Henning their first set loss
in over
a year.
That's pretty awesome.
How about that?
That's a good step for Coach Wilson and the Cowgirls. Again, they got to feel good about that. They went into each went into the locker room here for a few minutes. They set up 5 minutes as a intermission here so that the drum line could come out and do their thing.
it'll be interesting, Joe, to see what happens here. Henning, like I said, hadn't lost a set in over a year. We'll see how they handle that. They do have a lot of experience, but they are a young team.
Yes.
So sometimes that can kind of get in your way. It's got to be a huge confidence builder for the Cowgirls, though. You come into a game playing against a team that you know is really good, and you lose your first set, and then you think, oh, here we go. They're just that good. And then you bounce back in the second and take it from them. So see if you can keep that momentum on your side and steal another set.
Yeah, Coach Wilson took a timeout. It was 15-11, and Henning was in the lead at that point in time. Then they came back, scored 4 straight. It was 15-15. Then the Henning coach, Fink, wanted to take a timeout and talk about it. And as we said, the Cowgirls outscored them after Margaret Wilson's timeout 14-5. So the Cowgirls made a nice run there, 14-5, to finish out that set, Brian.
Yeah, she's going to have to take whatever she said that timeout and put it in a bottle and open that up whenever she needs it, because whatever she said, it was the right thing, and the team really responded and able to come out and rattle off a few points and take it home in the second set.
Make sure you stay tuned with us here, folks, for our post-game show, brought to you by Red River Grain. Margaret Wilson did tell me before the game that she would be up for a post-game interview, Brian, and so we'll have her on right here on Three Borders Sports Network after the game on the Red River Grain post-game show.
I suppose we'll let her come up and talk if she wants to.
Yeah, she's a good interview. She does well.
Henning still waiting in the wings, I guess.
Yeah, they maybe thought the intermission was a little longer than 5 minutes, so not quite out yet from the intermission. It was a little different there. It's not very often we see intermissions in volleyball like that. It's usually a 3-minute break, but this time it was a 5-minute break.
The drum line come out and do their thing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think as we were all youngsters, we all wanted to play the drums, didn't we?
I always did.
Did you?
Yeah, they didn't let me. I wasn't coordinated enough.
No, me either. No, I tried saxophone when I was in 6th grade, and I gave that up.
I was in the band. Don't laugh at that. I was in the marching band, played the baritone horn. Played that, started playing that in 5th grade.
Yeah.
And I was in the marching band in high school.
Yep.
Along with playing football and basketball. I was busy.
You were busy.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that baritone horn is heavy. I had to walk home with that uphill both ways. In the snow.
In the snow, foot deep. Yeah.
365 days in the year.
Yep. All right, the Henning Hornets are back out here as we learn about Brian Watson's music history. As Fisher back to serve. And again, a great match here that we knew we'd see tonight as we talked about it in our pregame show. Finkel's got to go over the net. Good block, the net by Hammer. And a lift there called on the Cowgirls, and it'll be a point to Henning. Hammer at the net, Brian.
Hammer is just
nothing
tough.
new.
Yeah. She's got the right last name, I can tell you that, because she can really bring it.
Yep. Grace Hammer. Kaler to Sophie. Over to Erickson. Mizagatis sets up Frederick on the far side, and it goes right into the net, so we're tied at 1. Set number 3 brought to you by Scott's Electric right here in Wahpeton. Scott's Electric has all the electricians they need in Wahpeton. For all your electrical needs, contact Scott's Electric in Wahpeton. Finkrell with a nice bump there. Hammer to Sophie Larson. Bounces off the rafters, and the Cowgirls can't get to it in time. Finkrell, Brian, had a just self-defense there on that swat by Hammer.
Yeah, she just put her hands up and
it went right back over the net.
Right back over.
Erickson's got to go over the net. Set to Hammer. That one's going to go deep. So we're tied at 2. Hammer's kill attempt went a little bit deep. Substitution. Byer comes in for Finkrell. Lauren Byer comes into the front line. Lauren Byer at 5'9", senior for the Cowgirls. Back to serve as Erickson. Hits the tape. Good recovery there by Hammer. Good by Sophie Larson, and nice play by Erickson. Hammer, good block at the net. Byer and Kaler at the net. Puts it back on the other side. Henning loses the point to the Cowgirls. 3-2 lead now for the Cowgirls as Erickson goes back to serve. That one on the wrong side of the tape, and it falls down. Point to Henning. We're tied at 3.
Yeah, rare into the net service error there for the Cowgirls.
Gretchen Eckhoff back to serve, 5'5" junior. Sophie sets up Undum. That one goes into the net. And it's a 4-3 lead for the Henning Hornets. Finkel picks it up. Over to Kaler for the kill. Partially blocked at the net by Hammer. Back to Hart. Dig by Finkel. Larson goes over. Hammer at the net. Finkel digs. Sophie Larson over to Kaler. A little tap over the net for the point and the score. 4-4.
That was well executed there. Cowgirls stayed with it. Another long point. The Hornets showing off their defense again. Hammer right at the net, just doing a great job. And the Cowgirls able to outlast them there for that point.
Materi and Twidwell checks in. Materi back to serve. 4-4 in set number 3. Brought to you by... They say it was outside the pylon. And some arguments from the sidelines, but I don't think they're going to get it to change. They're going to go over an appeal, but
officials are going to
the head referee over there on the other side, I don't know how she could tell, but both corner referees said it was out of bounds or out behind the pylon. So the discussion goes on.
They're going to talk about it and see if they can come to a decision here.
Yep, as the corner referee comes in.
Here comes the line judge now.
Yep. And now they want to bring the other line judge in as well. So all 4 officials over talking with the head official at the net. I believe it was Hart that hit that one, Brian, and she hit it from this side out of bounds, and it went to the other corner, and it was hit fairly hard. So I'm sure it wasn't easy to see.
No,
but
a fast-moving ball there.
Both corner officials said no.
They're going to say that it was out.
They're going to say it was out. As Coach Fink still talking to the referee, saying it was in by that much. So we'll see. It did not hit the pylon.
It didn't hit it. No.
So it was either inside it or outside it as Materi sets or serves, leading 5-4. Hammer hits it way too deep. And Henning now trails by 2. Cowgirls, Materi back to serve again.
The Hornets going to have to keep their wits about them. Just stay calm.
Here comes Hart to the line. Finkel bumps, sets up Kaler. To the back line, in. Kaler with the kill and the point. Cameron Kaler so far on the evening, 7 kills.
Cameron getting it done on the offensive side.
Cameron last Tuesday night had 15. She's halfway there. And that was in 3 sets. To the near side, Hart. Finkel digs it. Back to Hart, back to Finkel, back and forth. Kaler at the net, taps it over. And over goes Mizagatis. Back to Beyer. Eckhoff picks it up. Hart, block at the net by Twidwell. What a great volley this one is. Fun for everybody. And Twidwell just quite didn't have the timing down on that one, Brian. She was coming down when she tried to hit that one.
Joe, we're seeing some good volleyball here tonight.
That's crazy good.
2 good, solid volleyball teams.
Hammer back to serve. Trailing by 2. Materi sets up Twidwell. Back to Hart. Twidwell blocks it at the net. Beyer, Materi, Twidwell. Mizagatis over to the near side. Eckhoff. A little close to the net. Kaler. Man, oh man, here we go. I just want to watch. Again, back over the net by the Cowgirls. Mizagatis with the kill. Johnson picks it up. Materi goes deep to the corner for one. And nice read by Carson Materi there, Brian, to get the point for the Cowgirls.
Just well placed there.
Wow.
Another long point.
My goodness.
The Cowgirls get that one.
Whew. I got tired just watching that one. I wanted to just watch. 8-5 lead for the Cowgirls. Set number 3. We're tied at 1 set apiece. Kaler. Mizagatis sets up Hart. Blocked at the net. Finkel bumps to Twidwell. Eckhoff over to Hart. Up into the rafters. And third hit's got to go over by Kaler. It does. Eckhoff dives. Fisher dives. Eckhoff tried on the third one. Couldn't quite get it to go. Cowgirls up by 4.
Cowgirls getting it done here in the third set. Whew. Got Henning back on their heels. Trying to steal 2 in a row from them.
Kaler. Eckhoff. Mizagatis to the near side. Severson. Fire. Back to Kaler. Hits the tape. Good dig by the Cowgirls. Abby Johnson, little dink. Goes over. Johnson with the kill at the net. Good block at the net. Twidwell goes over, but it goes out. Point to the Henning Hornets.
Yeah, Twidwell had another opportunity there. Just missed it wide. Another long point, Joe.
My goodness, yeah, the fans are getting into it now, too. The Henning fans are off to our right, and they're getting a little vocal over here. Finkel digs that one out. Abby Johnson tries to find it, and they're going to say that was a carry. So a point goes to Henning on the carry. 9-7. Mizagatis back to serve. Finkel digs. A little bit short for her. She tried to get it up in the air. Materi gave chase and couldn't quite get there.
So now here come the Hornets right back.
Right back. They trail by 1.
On 1. No, they're not going anywhere.
No, they aren't going to let the Cowgirls run away with it. Fire with the kill. Fisher with the dig. Mizagatis sets up Hart. That one's tipped at the line. Was it tipped? Nope.
That one went wide.
Went wide. So point to the Cowgirls. They keep a 2-point lead now as the serve goes back to Riley Finkel. Serves on the far side. The left-hander serves. Severson. Johnson's got to tip it up. Good save there by Henning. Fisher's got to go over. Kaler to Materi to Erickson. Hart picks that one up. Second bump. Johnson. That one's going to fall into the net. There was nothing that Hart could do chasing that one toward the net there, as that one was going to fall into the net.
No, a rare miscue there by Fisher.
Yep. Finkel back to serve, leading by 3. Eckhoff picks it up. Severson tries to go over. Picked up by the Cowgirls. Over the net, Materi. And Eckhoff. Over the net on the third one. Twidwell picks it up to Materi. Abby Johnson gets it over the net, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a point for Henning.
Had the right idea there. Just
She saw the spot open, yeah.
Yeah, really tough angle. Caught the net, and that one falls out.
11-9. Back to serve. Hart. Erickson just taps it over. I mean,
able to look at her player, but also able to
picks it up to Eckhoff. Going over the net with it. Now is Frederick. Oh, and it goes out of bounds. Point to Henning. And again, they trail by 2. Tori Undum also checked in that last service point. Now Fisher back to serve. Trailing by 2. Another left-hander serves. Sophie sets up Erickson. Good block at the net there by Hammer and by Frederick.
Hammer just tough at the net.
My goodness. She's one of the 2 seniors. Sophie Larson sets up Abby Johnson inside the line, and a point to the Cowgirls. So the Cowgirls hanging on to that 2-point lead, Brian.
Yeah, well executed there. Nice back set for Abby. Able to find the line.
So Abby Johnson just got the point for the Cowgirls. Goes back deep to serve. Jump serve. Fisher digs. Here's Hammer into the net. Hammer just a little bit too far back, and timing was a little bit off, I think, Brian.
Yeah, you just don't see her do that. She usually takes advantage of a good set like that. And looks like the Hornets might take a timeout here.
All right, we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Cowgirls 14, Henning Hornets 11. Back after this on Three Borders Sports Network.
Bundling auto and home insurance is a great way to save money and precious time. Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent in Breckenridge, will make it easy and convenient with your local, fully licensed staff ready to help make sure you're protecting the things that mean the most to you. Their team is ready and knowledgeable in farm insurance, life insurance, business, home, and auto insurance. So stop by or call Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent on Minnesota Avenue in Breckenridge, or call 643-8511.
Welcome back to Breckenridge High School, Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson. Set number 3 brought to you by Scott's Electric. Scott's Electric in Wahpeton has all the electricians you need to handle all of your electrical needs. Brian, we got a fun one going here tonight. We're going to have a fun one again tomorrow night. Raleigh and I got the Cowboys and OTC tomorrow night on the football field.
It's going to be a heck of a football game tonight. We got a heck of a volleyball game here.
It's crazy.
Between two solid Minnesota volleyball teams. Cowgirls and the Hornets putting on a show tonight.
Abby Johnson serves. Zagatis over to the other side, out of bounds by Frederick. Just a little bit too strong, and a point to the Cowgirls. Stretching out the lead now a little bit. Oh, are they saying it was tipped? Did they say it was tipped, Brian? I think it is.
Tipped or a violation there.
And now the somebody either must be sweating a lot or falling down. I didn't see, because, again, over on the Henning side, they're wiping up some spots. Back to serve for Henning is Frederick. Becca Frederick, 5'5" junior. But like quite.
I am trying to regroup and see if we can't get that point here and keep that 2-point lead. I'm telling you, Joe, if she's up there, forget about it.
Fun to watch, ain't she? Man. Grace Hammer, all conference honorable mention in 2020. Undham again at the.
Get your points.
Sophie set.
Can't give the momentum back to the Hornets. Too good of a team.
So again, moisture on the floor. Got to get the towel in here to clean it up. You can see Hammer bending down with her hands and trying to.
They're working hard out there. Yeah. I know they're sweating. So
it must be sweat, I'm guessing. I don't know what else to say other than sweat. Is that the right kind of terminology?
Yeah, I mean,
you're out there working hard, like you said, Brian, and I think it's just because it's happened on the Henning side of the court both times. Kaler again at the net this time. Zagatis and Hammer. I think Zagatis got that one, and it went out of bounds, so it'll be Cowgirl ball and a point. Off the hands of Zagatis for the point. Erickson serves for the Cowgirls. A rear to Hammer. She taps it. And a dig attempt there by Sophie Larson. Good spot there by Hammer. She didn't swat that one. She just tapped it over the net for the point.
Well, that was well played with the line out wide open there, and she put it right where it needed to go.
Gretchen Eckhoff back to serve. Tape net, and it falls in for the point.
Yeah, that one hit the tape. That had some speed on it, and it just died right to the floor.
Nothing the Cowgirls could do about that one. They were expecting it to go deep. Kaler, little tap. Nice spot by Cameron Kaler. Stops the Henning run as Hart dives for it. Couldn't quite get to it. And the Cowgirls now trail by 2 as Materi and Twidwell come back in for the Cowgirls.
Game of runs, just like basketball. Now time for the Cowgirls to go on their run.
Materi trailing by 2. Over on the second hit was Zagatis. Johnson's got to hit it from way deep. Hits the tape and gets the point. Again, Abby Johnson had to hit that one deep, hit the tape, and rolled in and got the point.
Well, there's a tape for tape. Henning
there
had
you
one
go.
on the serve, and then the Cowgirls get one there.
Tape for tape point. Mizagatis back set to Hammer. Pushes it over. Johnson tries to make the save. And it's a point to Henning, 19-17. Back to serve is Grace Hammer.
Well, the good thing is Hammer's not in the front row.
Finkel bumps. Materi's got to go up and quite can't get it up high enough for Byer to get it over the net. And now the Cowgirls trail by 3, 20-17. And I believe Coach Margaret Wilson wants to talk about it, Brian. So we'll take a timeout as well on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. The Henning Hornets lead the Breckenridge Cowgirls 20-17. We'll be right back after this.
Bruder's Butcher, Highway 75 North Breckenridge, believes in community, customer service, and the goodness of meat. Bruder's Butcher provides quality raised and butchered beef at an affordable price. From raising cattle born on family farms to butchering and preparing the meat for your dinner table, they are that dedicated. Stop into their store located Highway 75 North Breckenridge or check them out online, brudersbutcher.com.
Got some good sponsors, Bruder's Butcher, man. They got some good beef over there.
They got some good jerky over there.
Got great electricians, Scott's Electric. Financial advice from Will Ulick and Thrivent. Three Rivers Decorating, man, they've done some work for me. They do some great stuff. One thing I've never had to do, though, is get Superior Builders to build me a nice big man shed. Maybe someday. Finkrol to Materi, over to Kaler. Good block at the net by Severson. Out of Hart, and that's blocked at the net, goes off Twidwell's hands. It'll be a point for Henning. A 4-point lead now as Hammer goes back to serve again. Materi sets up Twidwell. That one's going to fall in, and the Cowgirls get the ball back, trailing by 3.
Yeah, well executed play there. Had a little fake kill there and able to get the point. You threw the timing off of the Hornets there to get that point.
Cameron Kaler serves deep. Fisher picks it up. Mizagata sets up Hart into the net for the point for the Cowgirls.
I mean, you'll take them any way you can get them.
Yep. Allie Hart just, again, timing just looked a little bit off on that kill attempt. Kaler to serve, trailing by 2. Severson. Finkrol picks it up. Kaler goes deep. Fisher picks it up. Hart at the net. That one went under the net, I thought, didn't it? I don't know. Maybe I missed it. But anyway, a good save by the Cowgirls. Now we got a whistle and violation on the Henning Hornets. Is that a lift or a double hit?
I didn't see the
call either.
The call there.
Now it's a 1-point game, 1-point set. Kaler. Mizagata sets up Hart. Blocked at the net by the Cowgirls. Materi to Twidwell, couldn't quite keep it in. And the point goes back to Henning and the serve.
Had an opportunity there. It's been nice to tie that one up.
Yep. Mizagatis back to serve now for the Henning Hornets. Finkrol. Abby Johnson. Fisher picks it up. Fisher goes over the net. Finkrol picks it up. Severson. Again, the Cowgirls, great volley here. Johnson taps it over the net, picked up by Mizagatis. Hart's got to go over.
A free one there.
At the net, Byer. Out.
That one just out. Had an opportunity to take advantage of a free ball there.
Oof. And Coach Wilson wants to take another timeout here, Brian. Trailing by 3, 23-20 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the finish of set number 3 coming up next.
Around here, every town is a sports town. And why not? Sports were important to us growing up. And we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. and why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it. Around here, every town is a sports town, and why not? Sports were important.
Well, Kyle DeVries wanted to get an extra plug in there.
Yeah,
huh?
he did.
Well, what a set we're having here again. It's 23-20, Brian. We expected a great match tonight, and we're getting it. We're getting our money's worth tonight.
We're getting everything that we asked for tonight, everything that was expected from both of these teams.
Abby Johnson just a little bit too strong. It was not tapped by Henning. It'll be set point for the Henning Hornets, leading 24-20. Abby just got a little bit too strong here. Oh.
They're asking for a tip here. They're gonna talk about it.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know if the
one line judge thought it was tipped, and they're gonna converse about it. So again, it's always tough, Brian, on these kind of calls when it's so close. You hate to have a close game.
And it's fast paced too, Joe. That ball is coming off the hand at a high rate of speed.
You know, when you watch the Olympics, they could do that challenge call. And even in some of those replays on the challenge call,
they're pretty close.
Very close.
Yeah.
I mean, just a fingertip or a fingernail even maybe.
That's the thing about replay. You know, it's there, and it's there to get the call right. But even sometimes in replay, it can go either way. You don't have a solid agreement. And the point stays with the Hornets.
So the Hornets get that point. 24-20. Set point for the Hornets here. They're leading by 4. Not quite ready for the game.
They're just getting the scorers table correct here.
So back to serve. Set point is Mizagatis. Cowgirls got to come up with something here. Abby Johnson gets the point, and the serve goes back to the Cowgirls, trailing by 3. Now they need a run, Brian.
Gotta have it here, Joe. There is no tomorrow in this set. You got to take it all the way home.
Riley Finkrell. Back set to Hart. Goes in. Bounces off the net. 1, 2, 3 times. And the Cowgirls hang it in there. Again, goes over. Finkrell with the second hit. Good play by the Cowgirls. Set to Severson. Tipped at the net. Johnson goes across. And a point for the Cowgirls. It's a 2-point game.
The Hornets there had a little bit of a letdown. They thought that point was over.
Yeah, they did.
And then they had a free ball there and didn't get a good set out of it. And the Cowgirls take advantage of it.
24-22. I got goosebumps, buddy. Finkrell to Fisher. Sets up on the near side to Frederick. Goes out. And it's a... And we get a timeout on the floor, buddy. It's a 1-point game. 24-23, the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. We'll be right back after this message. We'll get the completion of set number 3, maybe after this.
Better living begins at home, and Three Rivers Decorating in Wahpeton is your personal designing service. New flooring in your home can totally change its look and feel. Three Rivers Decorating has dozens of vinyl plank designs to choose from, along with carpet, tile, and linoleum. Whether it's updating your home's interior or retail space, Three Rivers Decorating has all of the latest styles and trends. They also offer free estimates. Give them a call today, 701-642-8454.
Wow, what a set number 3 we got going here. Again, it's 24-23. Henning leads by 1.
We didn't pay to get in here, but this is worth the price.
Man, I'll tell you what. How fun is this? Finkrell trailing by 1. Mizagata sets up Hart. Blocked at the net. And it falls in. Point to Henning. And that is set to Henning. It was blocked at the net by Abby Johnson over on that far side, and it fell right behind her, Brian. And the Cowgirls fall 25-23. What a set we just saw.
Yeah, you get what you want there. You have the defenders there, but you just get an unlucky bounce. Oof. And the Hornets get the set, a tough set. Wow, exciting volleyball there, Joe. Like we said, everything that we thought it would be. And Henning, a team, as we said earlier, that didn't lose a set last year, loses one and then gets taken right to the brink here in the third set. So we're now going to see what we get in the fourth to see if the Cowgirls can extend this match here.
What a test.
And take it to a fifth. It'd be worth it to go to a fifth. It's almost like it should.
It would. Yeah, it should, shouldn't it? I mean, I just saw Coach Wilson had a little bit of a smile on her face there when they came out of that huddle 24-23. And I'm sure she's enjoying it too. Not only is she coach, but she's also a volleyball fan. She played volleyball for the Cowgirls herself and just having a great time down there. And I know a lot of her relatives are watching and listening out in Montana, and local sisters are in the area watching on Three Borders Sports Network, having a great time and cheering on the Cowgirls. But we'll take a quick break, Brian, here before we come back to set number 4. Again, we are in set number 4 coming up. The Henning Hornets lead 2-1 here as we go to set number 4 right after these messages.
Red River Human Services Foundation provides services to people with disabilities, which enhances their quality of lives and enable them to live, work, and develop relationships in their communities. Red River Human Services Foundation has multiple direct support professional positions available in their Wahpeton, Fargo, and West Fargo locations. Job opportunities include flexible scheduling, competitive wages, on-site paid training, and life experience. Voted #1 place to work for the past 5 years, join their team and apply online at www.rrhsf.org. Red River Human Services Foundation supports all local area sports activities and wishes everyone the best of luck.
1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
All right, welcome back to Breckenridge High School, home of the Cowgirls, and the volleyball team is taking on the Henning Hornets tonight. And if you are just joining us, boy, what a series of sets you have missed. First set going to Henning, 25-18. Then the Cowgirls came back 25-20 in set number 2, and we saw a barn burner just now in set number 3. The Henning Hornets coming away with that one, 25-23. And like Brian said just before we went to break, Brian, man, we almost deserve to see a set 5. This is kind of fun.
I mean, I'd like to see it. I mean, the way that it's gone so far, I mean, a tall order to get this thing to 5 if the Cowgirls can do it. But they're going to have to reach in the bag and pull out every trick that they have in order to extend this match.
Yep. Cowgirls, I'm sure Coach Wilson had some words for them. She's back in the corner there looking at her notes. And I'm excited for set number 4. First time in over a year that the Henning Hornets have lost a set, and the Breckenridge Cowgirls have done it, and they're looking to do it again.
Well, that just tells you, how difficult it's going to be for the Cowgirls to try and get this thing to 5.
Yeah.
I mean, you stole one. It came close in the third there, but now you're going to have to try and figure out a way to get two of them in a row.
Again, there's moisture on the floor. During the break here, the girls were both out wiping the floor and checking the floor, so we'll see what's going on here. And hopefully nobody slips and hurts themselves as Sophie Larson serves. Oh, and Abby Johnson just off balance here. Tried to kill that one. Couldn't quite contain it. And a point to the Henning Hornets.
Yeah, and that's just not able to get a good hand on it there.
Fisher serves. Abby Johnson goes off of her. She tried to bump it. And her and Riley Finkrell talking about that one a little bit. I think there was a little confusion between the two. It was in between them.
Yeah, right in the middle there, off to the side.
Fisher serves again. Finkrell digs. Erickson with the kill and the point. Anna Erickson gives the ball back to the Breckenridge Cowgirls, trailing 2-1.
Yeah, you can't give Anna a good, clean look at it. She'll take advantage of it like she did there.
Back to serve, Abby Johnson. Abby with 5 kills on the night. And there's a double hit. Double. Yep. And that was on Hart, and she tapped herself on the chest saying, "It was me, I know, I did it." And we're tied at 2. Abby Johnson with the serve. Gets it over. Fisher digs. Mizigatis over to Frederick. Frederick just in front of Finkrell. Nice dig. Abby Johnson goes deep to Fisher. At the net, Hammer, good block at the net by the Cowgirls. Frederick, good block again, and it's going to fall right down in front of Undum. And the point to the Henning Hornets.
Yeah, Kaler got a good hand on it there, just not able to send it back over the net. And the Hornets take advantage there.
Becca Frederick back to serve now. That one's into the net, and we're tied at 3.
Couple miscues early by both teams.
Fire comes in for Finkrell. Back to serve is on Erickson. Good dig there by Hart. Over to Hammer. Sophie sets up Kaler. Into the net it goes. Point to the Cowgirls. Gretchen Eckhoff just couldn't quite get it over the net there, Brian. On Erickson, leading by 1 now for the Cowgirls. Hart rolls off her fingertips and goes out of bounds.
That one goes into the student section there.
Yeah, the boys over on the other side, all dressed in black. Again, we've got Cowboy football on the air tomorrow night. Raleigh and I will have the call from Cowboy Field. Hopefully it's drying up tomorrow. Hammer goes deep, and a good decision there by Abby Johnson to let it go, Brian. She knew it was over her head, and she was close to the line, so she let it go.
Yeah, just right on the line there. Went right over her head. She made a good decision there.
Erickson leading by 3. Hammer gets set up on the far side. Good block at the net by Byer. Sophie sets up Byer. A little tap.
A free one coming.
Cowgirls didn't get a chance to take advantage of it, though, beat-up. Eckhoff, and she gets the kill. Block at the net there by Undum and Byer, but just couldn't quite handle it.
Yeah, tough one there. You'd like to take advantage of that free ball and get something out of it, get a good swing at it.
Finkrell comes back in now. Eckhoff back to serve. Kaler with the kill, goes wide, out of bounds. And we're back to a 1-point game. Gretchen Eckhoff to serve. Undum goes over the net. Mizagata sets up Hart. Oh, nice play. That little tap by Undum got it back over the net even further and threw off the Henning defenders.
I don't know if she did that quite on purpose, but it looked pretty good.
It worked.
Able to just get the hand up there and quickly get it over with everybody out of position.
Materi and Twidwell come in. Materi back to serve. Leading by 2. Frederick over to Eckhoff. And again, Finkrell and Johnson miscommunicate, and it lands between them.
It's a tough one there. You know it's bad when they're both looking at each other.
Yep. So the ball and the point go to the Henning Hornets, and back to serve is Grace Hammer. 6-foot senior behind the line on the near side. Materi sets up Kaler. Mizagatis sets up Eckhoff. Good block the net there by Twidwell. Oh, what do we got? We got a whistle, net violation.
That was a point either way.
Yep, it was a point either way, and it was a net violation. I think it was on Henning, so it's a point for the Cowgirls, leading now 8-6. Kaler back to serve. Eckhoff picks it up. Frederick sets. Fisher from the back line to Finkrell. Materi to Johnson, tipped at the net. Hart goes wide, and a point to the Cowgirls. 9-6, 3-point lead for the Cowgirls.
You got to try and keep the pressure on.
Kaler serves. Frederick sets. Fisher hits. Uh-oh. And that one goes out of bounds. Riley Finkrell knew that right away as soon as she bumped that one, Brian.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there.
Yep. If you're just joining us, 2-1 lead on sets here by Henning, and they trail in this set, 9-7. Finkel digs. Kaler's got to go over. Hart, block at the net, and it goes in, and a point from Byer. Nice block from Lauren Byer on that one, Brian.
Just right at the net. Good defense by the Cowgirls. Right where you need to be. You get the right bounce.
Anna Erickson checks in. Now Finkel back to serve. Line drive serve. On the far side, Frederick. Abby Johnson at the net. Blocked at the net by Severson. And I believe, who else was there? Frederick. And we got another timeout on the floor, buddy. Henning trails by 4 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. They trail the Cowgirls 11-7. We'll be right back with set number 4, sponsored by Gripper Sports.
Hinsberg's Appliance Center in downtown Wapaton has all of your appliance needs covered. Need a window air conditioner? Hinsberg's is your place. Need a new stove, or how about a microwave? Hinsberg's is your place. Is your washer dryer on their last leg? How about a refrigerator freezer, or maybe even an under-counter dishwasher? Hinsberg's Appliance in downtown Wapaton on Dakota Avenue can help you with all your appliance needs. Located at 315 Dakota Avenue in Wapaton. Call 701-642-6331. Hinsberg's has all your appliance needs covered.
Set number 4 brought to you by Gripper Sports, downtown Wapaton on Dakota Avenue. All your favorite local team sports apparel, including the Cowboys and Cowgirls, Huskies, Lady Huskies. Stop down and see Tyler and Gripper down there. And a tap by Hart doesn't quite clear the net. And a point to the Cowgirls with a 5-point lead. Brian, we haven't seen much of a 5-point lead the whole night.
No, you haven't. You've seen two very good volleyball teams that are closely matched, and Cowgirls trying to stretch this thing out.
Henning did win by 7 in the first one, but boy, since then it's been very tight. Severson goes out of bounds. And they say it was it a tight tip? No.
Crowd's asking for a tip.
Yep. And Severson was looking for a tip as well, but not going to be called. And that one's out. And okay, 13-8. I'll just leave that one alone.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, you're hiding behind the cameras. Could have been a tip the other way too, but I'll leave it alone. Johnson with the kill at the net. 4 hits for the Cowgirls. And here comes Henning, trailing 13-9. Back to serve is Hart.
Henning trying to get back in the set.
Kaler over to near side. Johnson with the kill. Fisher digs into the rafters. It bounces around, hits the basketball net, and falls down. Point to the Cowgirls.
Got a little home cook in there. That one bounced around in the rafters. The Hornets were under it, and then it just took a bad bounce off the side of one of the rafters there.
Yeah, and it hit the backboard.
Then it just kind of went wonky.
Sophie Larson in. Anna Erickson in. Sophie Larson to serve. Clears the net. Severson taps it over. Good spot. Kaler with the dive, but it's a point for Severson and the Henning Hornets. Good spot by Severson there.
Just have good vision. They can see what's going on at the net, and then they're able to make the right decision.
Frederick serves. Erickson tapped and blocked at the net. Point for the Cowgirls. It was tapped at the net there by the Hornets. Went out of bounds, but it was still tapped by the Hornets, so it's a point for the Cowgirls, leading by 5. Set number 4, 5-point lead for the Cowgirls. Trailing in sets, 2-1. Abby Johnson to serve. Hits the tape. Good save there by Hart. Oh, good block at the net, but it goes out of bounds. Spike kill by Erickson. And a block at the net goes out of bounds. It'll be a point for the Cowgirls, 16-10, Brian.
Cowgirls stretching this thing out.
Leading in sets, 2-1, is Henning. Mizagatis over the other side to Eckhoff. That one goes deep. It was tipped by the Cowgirls. It'll be a point for the Henning Hornets in the trail by 5. Becca Frederick back to serve, 5'5" junior.
Got to go on the defensive end here now, try and get something out of it.
Finkrell. Sophie Larson to Kaler. Kill attempt. Good save in the back by Hart. Eckhoff's got to go over. Finkrell goes over. Mizagata, second attempt. Gets it over the net. Set to Undum. And it lands in. Tori Undum with the kill.
How about that shot right on the line there for Tori?
Yep. And the Henning Hornets knew it there. Fisher turned around and shook her head and said, yep, it was.
There was really only one place on the floor for her to put it, and she put it in the right place.
She put it there. 17-11. Erickson serves. Set to Eckhoff. Good dig by Erickson. Going over is Sophie.
Free one here. Oh.
Hart deep.
Hornets didn't take advantage of that free ball.
And tap over the net by Kaler. Didn't work. Eckhoff. Block at the net. And the Cowgirls advance their lead.
Yeah, the Hornets had a chance there. They had a nice free ball. And just a little miscommunication. Didn't get a good set. And the Cowgirls take advantage of that and get the point.
18-11. Erickson back to serve again. Fisher digs. Eckhoff, double hit. Things are unraveling here for Henning as we approach the end of set 4, trailing by 8, and I think she wants a timeout. She does. Coach Fink asks for a timeout, Brian, on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. The Cowgirls 19, the Hornets 11. Back after this message with more of set 4 right here on 3 Board.
Scott's Electric in Wahpeton is a proud supporter of high school athletics. If you're in need of commercial, industrial, agricultural, or residential electric service, call Scott's Electric at 642-9244. Licensed and bonded in North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota, offering 24-hour electrical service. Check out Scott's Electric website at www.scottselectric.net. Scott's Electric.
Well, that was a quick timeout there for the Cowgirls. However, the Henning Hornets are still in the huddle there. There's still 15 seconds left on the time clock for them to have their timeout. But Coach Wilson had some quick words and said, go get them, girls.
Yeah, you just got to go back out there and continue to do what you're doing. And for the Hornets, try and regroup. Use the full timeout.
Yep.
Reset yourself.
Yep.
And see if you can dig back into this lead and try and extend this game so that you can get out of the match.
Anna Erickson back to serve. The Hornets have used both of their timeouts in this set. Frederick sets up Hart. Kaler. Good block at the net. Hammer was there. Eckhoff's got to go over. Block at the net. Beyer and Undum for the point. And the stuff.
Undum has been tough at the net and doing a good job there with the block.
So the Cowgirls stretch out the lead now 20-11. We got a substitution coming in here for the Hornets. And Frocky comes in. Goes to the front line. Eckhoff comes out. Erickson set to serve. Goes deep with it. And it falls as Mizagatas tapped it the second time, and Henning Hornets looked at each other in confusion.
Yeah, just kind of bounced the wrong way, and they're kind of looking around. Well, you got it. I take it.
Yeah, 10-point lead for the Cowgirls.
No one takes it.
Mizagatas comes and bumps. Hart's got to go over. Sophie Larson sets up. Kaler for the kill. Cameron Kaler gets a kill. That's number 9 on the board for her.
Cowgirls got it rolling right now, Joe. Momentum all on their side, even though they're down a set.
Doubling up Henning, 22-11.
It is clicking right now.
Erickson again served to Hart. Mizagatas. Hammer, look out. And that one goes out of bounds. There's Grace Hammer coming back, stopping the bleeding for Henning.
Yeah, I think if you're the Hornets, you need to go there and go there often.
Gretchen Eckhoff comes back in.
She's been big tonight, both offensively and defensively. Hammer has.
Finkrell's got to go over the net. Mizagatas, Hammer. Over the other side, Hart.
Nice dig by Finkrell.
And the Cowgirls with another kill for Cameron Kaler, that puts her in double digits, Brian.
Yeah, Kaler gets the kill there, but I think you got to give some credit to Finkrell on the dig.
Yes, absolutely.
To get that thing
Riley
out of there.
Yep. Cameron Kaler in double digits again.
I'm off of my points here.
There's Kaler with another kill at the net, but good block there by Mizagatis. Again, the Cowgirls with another block. Hart hits it back to Finkrell. Kaler with the kill, and it's blocked. It goes.
That one fell in.
And it's a point to the Henning Hornets, trailing by 10, 23-13. Yes. Almost went out.
Got the score reset there. It was off one.
That's all right. We'll talk to you about it after the game.
Yeah.
Hammer back to
take it out of my pay.
Yeah, I hear you. Materi sets up Kaler for the point and the kill. Set point for the Cowgirls, coming up 24-13.
Cowgirls 1 point away from taking 2 sets from the Henning Hornets, who did not lose a set all season last year.
Tell your friends and neighbors you're missing a good one here on Three Borders Sports Network, folks. Kaler for the set point. Frederick, Mizagatis to Hart, taps it over. Abby Johnson, Kaler to Twidwell, blocks it at the net. Okay, a lot of screaming and yelling. Abby Johnson, point into the net. The Henning Hornets, point for the Cowgirls, Brian. And set number 4 goes to the Cowgirls, 25-13. Tell your friends and neighbors you're missing a good one here. Have them tune in to Three Borders Sports Network, because we're going to come back with set number 5.
Phone the neighbors and wake the kids, as David Letterman used to say.
Wake the kids. My goodness, we're at 9:30 here almost, and we're not even done with this one. What a fun one. Brian, we got our wish. We're going to see set number 5.
Yeah, I think it's deserving. Both teams playing well. And it just is fitting that it comes down to this. You go all the way to the brink here, going to get a full volleyball match, and see if the Cowgirls can do something to the Hornets that hasn't been done in a long time. Get away and win a match.
Wow, it's crazy here at the Cowgirl Gymnasium. What an event tonight, folks. Make sure you tune in and watch it. So tell your friends and neighbors, wake up the kids, like Brian said. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have set number 5 right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Brad about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643-3738.
Have you ever considered chiropractic for your family? Dr. Andrea and the staff at Hornstein Family Chiropractic love to see families. With 16 years of experience seeing brand new babies, pregnant women, toddlers, teens, athletes, she cares for your family like it's her family. Join Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 715 Dakota Avenue in Wahpeton, and we will help your family grow up healthy. Call 701-672-1300 for the next soonest available appointment, because at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is a family affair.
The Blazer Express in Breckenridge is the only stop you'll need to make for game night. If you're on your way to the game or staying in and watching the live stream, the Blazer has what you'll need. From hot stuffed pizza and snacks to Caribou coffee, the Blazer is the only stop you'll need to make. That's the Blazer Express, Highway 75 North in Breckenridge. Proud to support local athletics.
Bruder's Butcher, Highway 75 North Breckenridge, believes in community, customer service, and the goodness of meat. Bruder's Butcher provides quality raised and butchered beef at an affordable price. From raising cattle born on family farms to butchering and preparing the meat for your dinner table, they are that dedicated. Stop into their store located Highway 75 North Breckenridge or check them out online, brudersbutcher.com.
All right, welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network. What a game we got going on here. We're tied at 2 sets apiece. Aunt Sophie's watching Insissident. Hey, how about that, Aunt Sophie? That's Addie Twidwell's aunt, so hi to Sophie watching down in Sicily.
Well, Aunt Sophie's getting
and she getting her money's worth.
Getting her money's worth tonight, that's for sure.
Awesome display by the Cowgirls. We're having fun here, folks. When we're tied, we're going to the final set. Sophie Larson serves. Mizigatis over to Eckhoff. Finkrow to Sophie, to Johnson for the kill. Picked up by Eckhoff. Severson picked up nicely by the Cowgirls on the third tap, and over we go. Picked up nicely by Undum. Finkrow with another dig. Johnson with the kill. Goes out, and it's tapped by Hart. And a first point of set number 5 goes to the Cowgirls. 1-0 lead.
Whew. Nice to get that one. Get the first one to get the momentum on your side.
Sophie Larson again back to serve for the Cowgirls. To Hart. Mizigatis sets up Eckhoff. Into the net. It'll be point number 2 for the Cowgirls.
Hornets going to have to be careful here. You don't want to fall too far behind. Cowgirls going to try and keep the pressure on.
Cowgirls want to make a run here, I'm sure. That would be good for Coach Wilson and the girls. Hart falls over but saves it. Finkrow. Got to go over, does Kaler. Yep. Severson with the kill attempt, picked up nicely by Sophie Larson. To Abby Johnson, taps it over, picked up by Mizigatis. Eckhoff bumps it over. Again to set to Abby. Down in the corner, inside the line for the point. 3-0.
Well executed, another long point. Cowgirls able to come away with it.
Abby wanted that one right back. You seen her holler at Sophie Larson.
She had 2 opportunities there, and then got a good set on the outside and able to get the point.
Sophie back to serve. And that one goes out of bounds. An ace for Sophie.
Great serve there by Sophie.
Gives Sophie 3 aces on the night. She made a run the other night. See if she can do it again. Fisher picks it up to Severson. Blocked at the net, and it goes out of bounds off the Cowgirls. It'll be a point to Henning, trailing 4-1.
So Henning gets himself on the board. See if they can tilt the momentum on their side now here for a bit. Fisher back to serve.
Fisher back to serve. Into the net. Good pick up there by Sophie. Cowgirls save that one. Hammer. Finkrow. Over to Undum. She taps it over the net. Mizigatis to Eckhoff. Bumped by Johnson and Erickson, and it goes out of bounds. It's 4-2.
Yeah, just a tough bounce there.
Bev Wilson watching on their way home. It's a barn burner is what Bev called it, and Bev and Pam are enjoying it on their way home. Don't drive and watch the game at the same time, though, Bev. Fisher, miscue. Henning gives up the point to the Cowgirls. Cowgirls lead by 3, 5-2, as Abby Johnson goes back to serve. 2 sets apiece. Fisher. Over the net goes Hart. Sophie sets up Kaler, and is bumped and tapped by Eckhoff. It'll be a point to the Cowgirls, 6-2.
And there's a timeout.
Timeout by Coach Fink. She doesn't want the bleeding to happen very long, Brian. And she takes that timeout early here, trailing 6-2.
Yeah, good timeout there.
Oof.
Just try and regroup. You only go into 15 here in this
That's
fifth
right.
set.
Oh, so man, we're going to keep it here then, buddy.
You gotta make sure you can.
I forgot that. It's not been very often that I've been in a deciding set, and it's only a 15-point game. So, yeah, you're right.
Got to try and stop those runs. And you're talking about Henning, a team that has not been in this position in a long time, Joe.
Correct.
So
they were undefeated last year in 2020.
Didn't drop a set last year.
And undefeated completely.
So a 5th set is unknown territory to the Henning Hornets.
In the past year and a half, a year plus anyway, yeah. All right, here we go, Brian. Trailing 6-2, the Henning Hornets. Abby Johnson to serve. Hart Mizigatis to the near side, Hammer. Abby Johnson does the splits and saves that one. Finkrell over the net. Point for the Cowgirls.
Nice point there. Instead of sending over a real free ball there, Finkrell able to kind of give it a little speed from the back row, and that kind of caught the front row of Henning off guard. And just well executed there by Finkrell for the point.
7-2 lead. You got to go back and watch that one, folks. Abby Johnson did the splits on that one and saved it for the Cowgirls. Fredericks goes in, and they get the point back and the serve. Now it's 7-3.
A lot of energy in this gym, Joe. I mean, I just love sporting events like this.
Carly and Karen Kappas watching. Awesome game, Cowgirls. They're watching and having fun at home, watching on Red River Communications, Channel 3. Kaler with the kill, 8-3.
Cowgirls just have it clicking right now, Joe.
Oh my goodness, I got goosebumps again, Brian, and it's only 8-3 here in set number 5. Back to serve, Anna Erickson. Over the net, Hart. Mizigatis on this side, Hammer gets it over, Abby Johnson bumps it. Sophie sets Undum into the middle. Good save there by Hart. Eckhoff's got to go over. Abby Johnson with a diving save.
Great
nice
save
play
by Abby.
Hammer's got to take it easy over the net. Didn't quite get set up right. Abby Johnson into the net.
Trying to set Abby in the back row there. Had a free one, not able to take advantage of it.
8-4, we go to 15 in set 5. Eckhoff to serve. Johnson, Sophie Larson, over to Kaler. Got the kill, got the block at the net by Hammer, but goes out of bounds, and it's a 9-4 lead for the Cowgirls. Don't forget, folks, we're going to have Coach Margaret Wilson up for the post-game show. No matter what happens, Coach Wilson said she would come up and do a post-game show. It'll be fun.
She might be out of breath by the time she gets up here.
I might be out of breath, man. You're going to have to do this. Materi with the serve. Near side to Hart. Kill, block at the net. Twidwell and Byer went up, and it went out of bounds off their hands. It'll be a point to Henning.
And Henning not going anywhere.
Hammer back to serve. Materi sets up Kaler, little tap. Second hit, good pickup by Abby Johnson to Kaler. Good pickup on this side by Eckhoff. Severson over the net, good dig by Finkrell. Johnson into the net. Riley Finkrell with a nice dig, Brian, but couldn't quite get the point.
Another good dig by Finkrell. Almost a really good save there.
9-6. Hammer to serve. Henning trails. Up to Johnson. Eckhoff. Mizigatis to Severson. Blocked at the net by Twidwell, and it's going to fall out of bounds. Yeah. Point to Henning, and they trail now by 2.
Here come the Hornets.
And now Coach Margaret Wilson wants to take a timeout.
Great timeout.
Yep.
Got to stop the momentum there.
Both teams have taken one timeout. As Coach Wilson wants to settle her girls down, they know that they're on the edge here, but again, here comes Henning, and they aren't used to losing either.
Yeah, you know they're not going to go away. Joe Jackson and Ben Lopez are supporting their Cowgirls tonight from the comfort of their couch.
How about that? Watching on the big screen. Yeah, Carly and Karen Kappas again watching at home, cheering on the Cowgirls. We got Aunt Sophie out in Sisseton watching. Addie Twidwell's aunt. Addie on the court right now. And I know we got a lot more fans, Brian, and a lot more folks watching this dandy from Breckenridge.
It's a heck of a game, Joe.
We knew we were going to see it, man. We talked about it in the pregame show, and we're getting our money's worth here. Fans are getting their money's worth. Grace Hammer back to serve for Henning, trailing by 2. See what happens here now after the timeout. Kaler gets it back. Frederick picks it up. Hart from this side. And it's in. Just in. And we got a 1-point game.
Yeah, that ball was just in.
Whew. That was very close.
I think you got to try and go after everything here, Joe.
You got to try and make it happen here, folks, on both sides. Henning hanging in there. Severson. Kaler a little bit too close to the net. And try it this time, but Twidwell finds a spot, gets up and over the net. Good dig by Eckhoff. That one's back into the corner. Point for the Cowgirls, and they take a 2-point lead.
Joe, that was just a great shot. A lot of defense going on at the net there, and you get a nice push to the back corner.
Aunt Sophie'd be proud of that one, I think.
To stop the momentum of the Hornets here.
Kaler serves, 2-point lead. We go to 15. Hart. Materi sets up Johnson. And a kill for Abby Johnson. Abby Johnson, the junior, gets the kill and the point. 3-point lead for the Cowgirls.
You know, they had set Abby a couple times there, but it was in the back row. They got everything that they wanted there on the outside, in the front, and able to get all the power behind it there.
Win or lose, Coach Margaret Wilson will be up here. It'll be a fun interview. Kaler. Fisher digs. Severson over the net. Good dig by Materi. Byer goes over the net, and it falls in between them. Oh, what are we saying? 2 hits? Hang on, Brian. Yeah, it was 2 hits by the Cowgirls. So a point goes to the Henning Hornets. Double hit. Back to serve. Mizigatis. Materi to Johnson. Blocked at the net. Back to Finkrel. She's got to go deep. Mizigatis sets up Frederick. She's got to tap it over the net. Twidwell. Byer. Fisher. Hart. Picked up by Finkrel. Materi sets up Byer. Little tap. Finkrel to Johnson. Little tap. Good coverage on both sides. What a volley. Hart. Materi to Johnson. Little tap again. Good coverage. Hart. Oh my, I'm getting tired just calling this one, bud. Addie Twidwell. Good dig by Eckhoff.
Gonna get a free one here.
Severson. Materi sets up Byer. I think both sides are getting tired on this one. Oh my goodness, this is a long volley, folks. Kaler from deep. Kaler again bumps. Materi sets. Abby Johnson. Eckhoff digs. Materi sets up Addie Twidwell, and it gets in for the point. Oh my goodness, folks. You gotta have fun on that one. Aunt Sophie, that one's for you.
That's just a great play there. Kept both teams staying with it. A very long rally there.
I got to go home and time that one, buddy.
A good solid timeout here after one. I'll take the wind out of you there.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I got to go home and time that one. That had to be about a 2-minute volley, wasn't it?
Twidwell tried to hit that spot before, and the Hornets covered it and went right back to it. I mean, just a good opportunities for both teams there. Some good defense in the front row by the Hornets. We know how good of a defensive team they are, and they showed it there in the front row, and Twidwell able to find the open spot right down the line at the right time. And a 12-9 lead here in the 5th set for the Cowgirls.
Some kill attempts by both teams. Hart, Johnson, back and forth it went. Soft volleys, soft hits over the net, and finally it falls for Addie Twidwell and the point for the Cowgirls, leading by 3, 12-9. Remember, folks, this is a 15-point game. You got to win by 2.
Just got to get it done here. Cowgirls 3 points away.
If this doesn't have tournament atmosphere written all over it, I don't know what does, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, both teams being tested here tonight.
Riley Finkrel back to serve. I know she's got relatives watching in Montana. Finkrel serves. Out. It's 12-10.
Tough way to come out of that timeout.
Yep. That was just out, just outside the line.
Hornets will take that one.
Yep.
See if they can use it here now.
Hart serves. Twidwell. Fisher digs. Mizigatis sets up Frederick. A good save by the Cowgirls. Severson at the net. Gets it home for the point. And it's a 1-point game, 12-11.
Look out, Joe.
And we got another timeout on the floor. Both teams now, Brian, have used up both their timeouts here in the fifth set. You're going to use them.
Both coaches earning their money here, Joe.
Yep.
I mean, they are doing it, and they are using all the strategy, gamesmanship here, using their timeouts well here to take the momentum away from each other. And now, both teams out of timeouts here. They got to go out on the floor and they got to answer the call and they got to finish it themselves. Try and pick each other up.
Looking at the two coaches, Coach Watson there, Coach Fink, very animated in the circle. Coach Wilson looked a little more calm. I guess that's maybe Margaret's style of coaching, but again, two different coaching styles.
Yeah, just two different styles, and again,
both winning teams.
Both winning teams. But you got the Hornets who really haven't been in this position. So now, a coach who hasn't had to maybe try and rally her troops is digging down deep, trying to get them to finish this thing out behind 1 point here in the fifth.
Hart to serve. Finkrell bumps it to Materi, over to Abby Johnson. Nice dig by Fisher. Hart blocked at the net, goes off the side of Addie Twidwell's hands, and we're tied at 12.
Joe, you can give that one to Fisher. She doesn't get the kill, but I'm telling you, that was a heck of a dig.
Hey, very good dig on the kill.
Off of some power coming from Abby Johnson.
Tied at 12. And that one lands in. Finkrell thought it was going to go out, so she let it go. And it's a 1 point lead for Henning.
A mistake there by the Cowgirls. You got to be on the line and you got to take everything that's close. You can't let it go.
Hart leading by 1, serves. Finkrell to Materi. Got to go over. Erickson does. Severson back to Finkrell. Abby Johnson bumps to Twidwell. Mizagatis to Fisher. On the far side, Frederick block at the net by the Cowgirls. Point, Cowgirls. Erickson at the line, at the net. We're tied at 13, and the serve goes back to the Cowgirls.
Cowgirls showing a little bit of defense of their own there. Able to get the point.
All right, Undum back in for the Cowgirls, and Sophie Larson, who's been doing well at the service line for the Cowgirls. We're tied at 13. Sophie serves, goes deep. Fisher picks it up. Mizagatis over the other side. Severson. Sophie sets up Abby Johnson. Good pickup by Eckhoff. Back to Eckhoff. Block at the net. And Anna Erickson comes back in. And the Cowgirls 1 point from match.
Anna Erickson been there all night in
yes,
that
she
front
has.
row.
Oh, my goodness.
And gets a really big block, the biggest block of the night.
Nobody has timeouts either, bud. Sophie for the match point. Tape net, hit. Picked up. In. We're tied at 14. Nice kill there by Becca Frederick. We're tied at 14.
Joe, we are getting our free money's worth here.
Man, we're tied at 14. You gotta love it, folks. Back to serve. Fisher. Sophie Larson sets up Erickson at block at the net. Hammer at the net. Gotta go over. Hart. Here comes Frederick. Good bump there. Oh, and it hit the backstop. Good save there by Kaler, but it hit the backstop on the bump and nobody was there.
Yeah, they got a bad bounce there. They were in position to get it.
Match point now for Henning. 15-14. Sophie sets up Johnson for the kill. We're tied at 15. You can't ask for any more.
Yeah, you set the right one there, and Abby put that one right where it needed to go.
Right inside the back line, buddy.
You're going to go to your money, and you got it there. Cashing all the checks there, Abby Johnson.
15-15. Abby gets it in. Fisher digs. Bump to Hart. Got to get it deep. And it hits the net. Cowgirls 1 point away from match.
Now Cowgirls with the advantage here.
I'm standing up, Brian.
See if they can finish it off.
Abby Johnson to serve, leading by 1. Match point. Gets it over the net. Fisher digs. Mizagatis sets up Frederick on the other side. Point to Henning. Wow, good spot there. Good shot by Frederick.
Well played there.
And she goes back to serve. 16-16. Out. Back to Breckenridge it goes. Match point back to the Cowgirls. 17-16. Nobody has timeouts left. We are going to play this out till it's over. Anna Erickson back to serve. She's had a great night for the Cowgirls. The serve. That's going to go out. And an ace for Anna Erickson. What a finish. What a finish. Cowgirls win 18-16 in set number 5. Brian, Anna Erickson had a great night all night long. She gets the ace.
Yeah, you just might as well just finish it off that way. She's been good at the net, good on defense, had a big block to extend that last set, and then doing it from behind the line to finish it off with the ace. Just a great volleyball match. One of the best high school volleyball matches I've seen in a long time, Joe.
Wow.
2 very good teams. I don't think anybody can walk away from this thing disappointed. I think you use it, whether you won the game or you lost the game, I think you use it as fuel to go on and get better in the season. And I think these 2 teams could meet later on.
I'm sure.
When it means something. I tell you, if they do, you want to be here for it.
I'd love to be here for it. I hope we're at Three Border Sports is here for it.
That's going to be something good.
Wherever we're at. Again, what a win here for the Cowgirls. Sad huddle over on the Henning side. A lot of tears over there. Their first loss in over a year, Brian, and a tough loss for the Henning Hornets.
Yeah, you got to give them credit, Joe. I mean, they were everything that Coach Wilson said they were going to be. They just got behind, hadn't been in that position before, and I think as a coach on the Hornets side, you want to be in that position and see if you can handle it. And if you can't, you're going to look at the tape. You're going to say, okay, here's what we need to fix, and come back and live the fight another day. I tell you, that's a good volleyball team.
Wow.
On the Hornets side.
Both sides. What an awesome display. Again, some tears over from the Henning Hornets. You feel bad for them, their first loss in over a year. But the Breckenridge Cowgirls defeat the Henning Hornets 3-2. What a game. My goodness, folks. I got a little excited, buddy, so we'll take a break. And when we come back, we will have the post-game show brought to you by Red River Grain. Coming up next, Coach Margaret Wilson will join us after the break, and we'll be right back with her. She's making her way up here to the stands as we speak. So we'll be right back.
Bundling auto and home insurance is a great way to save money and precious time. Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent in Breckenridge, will make it easy and convenient with your local, fully licensed staff ready to help make sure you're protecting the things that mean the most to you. Their team is ready and knowledgeable in farm insurance, life insurance, business, home, and auto insurance. So stop by or call Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent.
The Blazer Express in Breckenridge is the only stop you'll need to make for game night. If you're on your way to the game or staying in and watching the live stream, the Blazer has what you'll need. From hot stuffed pizza and snacks to Caribou coffee, the Blazer is the only stop you'll need to make. That's the Blazer Express, Highway 75 North in Breckenridge. Proud to support local athletics.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers more money for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Tom about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643. No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with...
I'm right into the workforce. I don't have to go looking for a job, and that's kind of what made me take a step forward into being a diesel tech at NDSCS. No looking back. My name is Eli, and I'm here for my future.
I'm still catching my breath. I don't know about you, but
I'm going to need some oxygen.
I think we're going to need something here. I got to have an AED up here. You guys, Margaret says. Red River Grain postgame show serving farmers in the Red River Valley. And Red River Grain, our postgame sponsor. Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson here on Three Borders Sports Network. And we are now joined in our post-game show here by head coach of the Cowgirls, Margaret Wilson. Margaret, you said you were going to come up here win or lose, so my hat's off to you, win or lose.
Thank you.
But holy cow, we had a good one tonight that we had on the air for you.
I knew it would be competitive.
You said that even at the coaches show. You told me that last Tuesday night.
Yeah.
You said this is going to be a good game, and you called it. So what a competitive, fun game. I mean, it was just awesome.
It was. It was a lot of fun. Very stressful, but it was a lot of fun.
You have a little bit of a voice left, but not much.
Yeah, I kind of lost it there. I'm trying to tell the girls what to do over the crowd and our players on the bench cheering. It's intense. This is well deserved, I feel.
Oh, man, it was awesome. And, after last year when you had to cut the season short and for both teams. And then now you came up against Henning. They hadn't lost all year. They hadn't even lost a set in 2020 or 2021.
Right.
And they came in tonight. You took the second set from them. And they came back and got set 4 and 5.
Yep.
Just tell me about it, Margaret. What are you feeling right now?
Excited.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Hats off to Henning. They had an undefeated season last year, and we went 12-1, and we got the top seed in the section. So hats off to them for coming back and putting together a team like that. We knew they were going to be good. We knew they were going to be some of our top competitors in the section. So I told the girls I can't wait to play them again, and talked to head coach after the game a little bit.
Head coach Fink.
Yep. And she said, "We'll see you again."
Yeah, I'm sure
Great
you
job,
will.
Coach. So
that's what B-Dub and I were talking about here, Brian. We talked about it just before you came up, Margaret. That I think these two are going to see each other again, and we hope Three Border Sports is there too for that one.
Yeah, I hope
that was fun. That was a good time.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, we started slow. We had our ups and downs, but could you tell when we relaxed and finally just started to play?
Yeah.
It was almost like right away in that first set, we got down right away.
Yeah.
We were afraid to make a mistake, and nobody kind of took charge, right? So it almost took to that second set for us to, they want us to get out, it looks like. No, but for us to find our rhythm a little bit. And we lost it again in the third. Found it in the fourth.
but I think if you don't win the second, I don't think you win it. You know what I mean? Because just because they hadn't lost the set.
Yeah.
And I think if they win that second one, they're like, okay, we're right back to where we need to be. And then they lose the second one, they're like, oh.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's hard to come back when you've been if we would have been down 2-0 going into the third set, that's hard to come back and win that set.
Yep.
So Sophie Larson did a nice job. She got us back into that again with some of her serves in that second set.
Yeah, she did.
Absolutely. We talked about that on the air too. And Anna Erickson at the net, Tori Undum at the net.
How about Twidwell?
Yeah.
Twidwell.
She's got her hands on some stuff. And we did. We didn't right away. We were a little slow on our block, but started slowing some things down. Even just getting the touches really helps that defense out. So getting that, we were able to run an offense out of that.
Yeah, they're a really good defensive team.
They are. They're hustle plays.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Fisher had some big digs, but then Finkel had some really good digs.
All right, talk about Riley Finkel. You come up here
at the right time.
You talked about Riley Finkel during the show there, Brian. Coach Wilson here.
She's her lead. She's a strong player. She broke her own record.
Oh, really?
Yep. 2 years ago, she set a match dig record with 41 digs. Tonight, she got 49.
Well, you needed all of them.
Yeah, we did. We did. We needed all of them.
That's true.
And she picked up a lot of stuff in the back row for us. Great job. We can't ask her to do any more than she does. And from digging the ball to serve receiving the ball to setting and putting up the ball for hitters, she has that dominant role in the back row, and she's a solid player back there. Even her serving, she's a nice strong serve too.
Riley did a great. Well, all the girls played very well.
I mean, Kersey and Sophie finding their hitters and knowing where to go.
Yes,
that was
the passing. Was awesome.
We've talked about that, like what hitter's on, who's the hitter to go to in different situations, and I think they did a good job connecting with their hitters there.
Yep.
Anna and Lauren in the middle. We want them to get a lot of touches, and those kills, just extra stuff that really helps too. So everybody all around, we had 10 girls on the court tonight, and 10 girls played well.
And you got 2 in double digits in kills. You got Cameron Kaler with 14 and 10 for Abby Johnson.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't looked at those yet.
and the one thing I'm looking at there is Anna Erickson. Again, we talked about her during the broadcast, Brian. But that ace that she's got up there on the board was probably the biggest ace of her life.
Oh, yeah.
That last one that she got the winning point
and she's not one to expect herself to do so well as she is doing to get those big hits. I mean, she warmed up in the beginning of the match. Warmed up. So hard and so strong. Like, her hits were solid just out of her warm-up. So I was like, all right, let's feed her the ball tonight.
Be ready to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
so
like
that was awesome.
Yeah, you gotta like those girls that show up and are ready to play.
Yeah.
In a big game like this, you needed it.
Well, and I'm proud of the girls. They rose to the occasion here. You know, between our girls on the bench to our girls on the floor to our girls behind the bench.
Yeah, team
effort. Yeah, and we rose to this occasion. Even though it wasn't Barnesville, it wasn't DGF, it wasn't Perm, you know. And I think we're finally realizing these conference wins or these section wins are more important than those conference wins because that's who we're going to see down the road.
It's just
it was fun.
It was fun. It was a good atmosphere here in Cowgirl Gymnasium. What a good night for Cowgirl volleyball.
Yeah, you'll send some shockwaves around the section there with that win tonight.
I hope so. That's the goal. It'll be fun to see them again.
It just was a lot of fun, Margaret. And,
glad we got that one out of the way. I was a little nervous for this one. You know, I wanted us to be mentally ready for it, and I don't know. Sometimes maybe I underestimate what they're able to do, and hats off for the girls because they played a heck of a game.
Yeah, but you don't know what you're going to get until you get here.
Yeah, I know.
I mean that's kind of what it is. That's why you have those nerves. You're like, well, I don't know what it's going to be like. On paper, I know what it's going to be like.
Yes.
But I don't know what it's going to be like.
Yeah, especially not having played them at all last year and had no clue really.
Yeah.
So,
Margaret, I'm sure you want to get down to the girls here, but again, two home wins here.
2 home wins.
And now you go on the road next week.
Yeah, Thursday we're on the road at Lake Park, and then we got a tournament next Saturday at Pelican.
So, all right, Margaret, I appreciate you coming up here, spending some time with us.
Yeah,
the fans
thank you guys.
enjoyed it, I'm sure. Again, we had several text messages. I didn't give out my cell number tonight, but we had so many messages from people watching and saying it was a great game, fun to watch. So
awesome.
I think you're going to get a lot of views watching this one when people go home and take another look at it.
I hope so. It was
Margaret,
a good one.
We're proud to be a part of it. Three Borders
Thank
Sports
you.
Network. Again, congratulations on the win, defeating Henning Hornets tonight 3-2.
Yeah, thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Thanks, Margaret.
Congrats.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you. Margaret Wilson, head coach of the Cowgirls volleyball team. Brian, I don't know what else we can say other than what Coach Margaret Wilson just said.
No, I mean, she laid it all out there.
Yeah.
I mean, she got a great team effort from everyone. The girls on the floor, the girls on the bench. You got players that are sitting behind some of those younger girls. And she got exactly what she thought her team can do. Sometimes we as coaches, we have an expectation of our team that they're going to go out and they're going to perform at a certain level. And sometimes it just doesn't happen. Either they can't answer the call, they're not ready for the pressure, whatever it is. But to come out here and to get behind early to a team that hadn't lost a set and then bounce back and win one, and then to take it all the way to 5, I just think that's huge for her team. And like she said, to get them to respond the way that they did is just great.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere here at Cowboy and Cowgirl Gymnasium here tonight. Brian, it was fun. It was fun to call.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, just a fun, as a fan, just a fun game to watch and to be a part of. If you don't think high school volleyball can be exciting and fun, you might be wrong because that really was one of the best volleyball matches that I've seen in a long time.
I think I would have to agree.
My oldest daughter played volleyball, so I've seen a lot of volleyball matches and some exciting college volleyball. But at the high school level, that was one of the better matches that I've seen. And hats off to both teams. Henning Hornets, a very good volleyball team.
Can't take nothing away from them.
You can tell why they're one of the top teams in the section.
Yep.
And both of these teams, I think, will be there at the end. And if those teams meet up in the playoffs, you better start taking tickets at noon, because it's going to be one that everybody's going to want to see.
And I hope, I know there's a lot of logistic things that have to be figured out for Three Borders Sports Network to cover that one. But man, I hope we can do that.
Yeah, we'd like to cover that, bring that to everyone. People that can't be here, that can't get in the gym. We certainly would like to try and bring that game to the fans out there so that they can see it. I think everyone deserves to see a match like that. Especially if it's going to happen again.
Yeah, as you fans can see, the girls are still out here celebrating. Brian's got a camera shot on some of the girls, and then there's some more on the other end of the gymnasium too, still celebrating out here on the court. just having a good time. So it's been fun. All right, B-Dub, you got anything else, buddy?
I don't think so. I mean, we gotta go set up for football.
We gotta get set up for a football game tomorrow. We got OTC and Breckenridge Cowboys right here across the parking lot to a football game tomorrow night that we're going to have right here on Three Borders Sports Network. And Raleigh Lipp and I are going to have the call. And I got to run these cameras.
Yep, we got to set up for that, and then I got to go home and pack. I got to get on the road. I got a long drive to Illinois here tomorrow.
Took your puppies off.
Yeah, I got the dogs at the in-laws. We'll see how that goes. My advisor down there.
Yes, your financial advisor.
He's in charge of the dogs this weekend, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm sure he can handle it.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, B-Dub, I think we're going to wrap it up here. And, again, the Cowgirls played fantastic. It was a great, fantastic high school volleyball game. The Cowgirls coming out victorious here over the Henning Hornets 3-2. What a game. And it came overtime.
Overtime. Yeah, I mean, it just just everything we thought it was going to be. The girls put on a great show on both sides of the net. And, just when you thought it was over, Henning took the lead, and then Breckenridge comes back, and then it just kind of goes back and forth at the end there. And just the way it should be, with two good teams coming to meet.
And don't forget on our YouTube channel, folks, you can subscribe to that and watch it several times for nothing.
Yeah, you can go back and watch it. You can watch it at your own pace. And if you subscribe to our channel, just click on that subscribe button, and then you can click the bell icon, and then you'll get notifications whenever our events go live.
You sure don't want to miss some of these. They've been great contests. Buddy, I think we're going to wrap it up, and we're going to pay tribute one last time to a great friend of ours and a great friend of the Wahpeton and Breckenridge and surrounding areas, Scott Nolf.
Yeah, someone who will certainly be missed. I had the pleasure of working with Scott on the Coaches Show. Did a great job of covering local sports in our area, and someone who's going to be sorely missed in our community.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Scott.